like a big,
Yeah.
it's like a big increase. It's a big difference between, let's say, level 1 character, level 3. Then from like level 3, level 5, when you're level 7, it's like, oh wow, okay. I'm not, I'm not
It
afraid.
is nice. It's way better to gain 2 levels for sure. Because especially if you're a class which has slow base attack progression,
Right.
It's definitely, it makes you feel a little better because there's a lot of things you can't qualify
Yeah.
for if it's based on your base attack.
You also did it with the broken chains too. Like we would use, like that campaign didn't go that long, but when they level, it would have been like it was like 2 levels each
2
time.
at a time, yeah. I got that from Lou because when Lou started doing it, I realized how nice it felt. I was like, okay, this is definitely something that I would want.
Because especially back in the 3.0 days, there's certain classes that had like debt levels. So at least with 2 levels,
Yeah, so you can try and get past those, man. Those are rough.
Right. But those are rough. But at least we're past,
especially when you're partied up with people who don't have dead levels.
Right.
And so like you feel like you just kind of missed out, and everyone else.
It's like, okay, this level like there was just roll for HP, and my saving throw for fortitude went up by 1. Okay, whoopie-doo, that's it.
Right.
And 1 skill. It's like, damn, all that freaking, all that anguish and risk life and limb for,
and it took a long time too.
Long ass time for 7 HP and plus 1 to fortitude save.
Meanwhile, the next party member is sitting there flossing a whole new fucking class skill and shit.
Alright, what the heck has the last thing that happened? Shinigami got taken down.
We took the Shinigami down, and then you mentioned
power of teamwork, guys.
You mentioned like some spellcasters.
We beat that shit with the power of friendship.
Yeah,
some Naruto shit.
Why do I have it on 2? Did it get knocked down and then it came back at 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then I coup de grace it because I'm not playing around. No, because that's where I wanted to make friends with. I remember that.
Because I remember you guys were in the middle of deciding what to do before.
You're gonna try and bargain with him. He wants freedom. Don't mess with us. We won't mess with you. It's good to have him on his own. As an adversary to. I remember now. Since those freaking 4 spellcasters are chasing us from downstairs, don't know how they got through the wall of force, but whatever. We were trying to see if we could have this dude take him out with mess. 2 monks versus freaking 4 spellcasters. That'd be a rat. and then he's he could leave. He could be on his merry way and leave. Bounce. We got no qualms with that monk.
All right, so these three show up at the bottom.
I'm sure we're in a good position now where we could negotiate, aggressive negotiation. Roll that intimidating.
So what happened with his madness again? So I remember it was like.
I think I rolled and he's like babbling incoherently. That's what it was.
Well, if anything, we could just throw him in one of those cells then and lock him up. There's a cell right there. Just throw him in there.
What kind of doors are there? They're just like
metal doors.
Oh, what kind of doors they are?
Claudius could use his disable device ability to lock it up.
Okay, that's true.
Don't even gotta use magic.
There's the doors are made of magically treated iron.
Just bull rush him in there.
Showed up. They showed up. At the top of the stairs. They didn't really have any line of sight until they were at the base of the stairs. And that was their surprise round. Was that they moved into range. Yeah, I had them show up. Which means they came in when they enter combat, they start at the top of the initiative. The surprise one was really to just make a movement towards. Okay, so yeah, they are sensed by Claudius at the base of the stairs. And he turns around to look, and you can sense, you can see the three of them from earlier. They got into the they got into that area below, past the force, the well of force, and have made their way towards your group. And as they see the characters at the top of the stairs, they start to cast, and with the they start to cast. I know with perception, you do have line of effect to them, so you are able to discern that the spells that they are casting, Claudius. So you have battle magic perception, huh?
What are they casting? Does he know? So I gotta roll spellcraft.
No, you don't gotta roll this.
Plus 50.
You even for one, I think you pass.
Claudius has battle magic perception on too.
Has what?
Battle magic perception.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, that's the real reason you know what's being casted. I think normally a character has to like ready an action to like use spellcraft or like roll the spellcraft after the spell's already been cast on their turn or some shit like that. With battle magic perception, you can roll it as it's being, as the spell's being cast. You can ascertain what spells are being cast. For starters, he can make out that the three of them clearly have a mirror image on. And he can also...
Mirror image, you said, they have?
Yeah. He can also see that all three are, they're also invisible, but he can sense that because of his
okay, insight. Okay.
Yeah, his blind sight.
He has invincibility too.
And that, yeah, he has that on too.
All of them are invisible, and they all have mirror image.
Yeah. The spell that they're casting at the base of the stairs is Fireball.
All right. Well, Claudius, before when we were in the floor before, I believe he casted greater resistance on the whole party. So we all have fire resistance 30. So well, we'll take the hit. Claudius not gonna counter it.
3 blasts of flame come up.
Wait, hold on a second. Is one fireball or a whole bunch of fireballs?
3 fireballs.
Oh, that's actually a lot. All right.
Although the damage is not going to be combined. Like, it's not going to be...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's separate. It's not like combined. Okay, good.
Yeah, so, like, the first fireball hits your group and, like...
Yeah,
even though they're technically being casted around the same time. The first fireball affects your group. It's going to hit your resistance. The second one's going to... Yeah. It's not going to be a...
okay.
It's not like some uniformed fireball kind of... that'd be neat, but...
what if it combines a whole bunch of...
circle magic or cooperative casting.
Yeah, some shit like that. All right, cool. We'll take the hit.
Oh, and your characters are fine. So as the
Yo, man.
flames wash over your group,
Claudia's confident of his freaking abjuration. I'll fire resistance you handle that shit. Look
they
at
are,
that.
the magic of their fires was not strong enough to penetrate the abjurations.
This inferior mages. That's your freaking retreat.
This is like, ha!
Their magic is too weak.
All right, we go to Villayman now.
So Villayman will already up front. Fuck. Because I'm going on. I wish we could teleport. We can't teleport down there. I'll make my way down there though. So 5, 10, 15, 20. I just want to get in front of Claudius. If I do that, that's essentially what I want. I just want to get in front of Claudius, and then after I get in front of Claudius, I want a full defense.
All right. And the drama with the telepathic bond of the group. She questions next course of action. She goes, do we want to handle them, or do we want to keep, or do we want to block them off, or keep making our way up? Hello?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, I cut out.
Refresh the screen, Matt. He's back.
Maybe I gotta refresh mine. Oh, never mind. You did it.
Sweet.
So what I was saying. Yeah, Nidrama had telepathically inquired. Do we deal with them, or just continue making our way up and just block them off somehow?
Blocking them off requires magic that's Claudius's forte.
Claudius goes like, they shouldn't have been here to begin with. I did a force wall. Somehow they were able to get through, and I'm not sure how. So it's a possibility. Maybe they could somehow teleport here. I don't sense. Well, Louis, does Claudius sense the pit fiend?
No.
I mean, although I don't sense the pit fiend coming up, so he is being blocked off by the force of wall. So I'm not sure how.
So they could teleport, but we can't.
Don't know if they're teleported or they were able to phase through. Or Claudius.
That's true.
Known to his knowledge, Louis, can they turn into fog? But then again, they could probably have that spell too. That they turn into a fog and then turn.
Yeah, it's possible that they might have. They're devils that are arcane magic users, so it's possible that they
Claudius goes to the rest of the group.
were able to magically turn to a gaseous form.
It's possible that they turn into gaseous form, and if that's the case, no wall of stone, will be able to block them off. So we might have to take them out.
All right. Well, I'll be guarding Claudius.
What about the Shinigami? What are we gonna do about it? What about the Shinigami?
Mez is on him.
What are we gonna do about it?
And Mez has the ability to on him to incapacitate him without killing him if Mez chooses.
All right.
Well, I suggest Mez do so and with the swiftness because he's the best person that we have to take care of this situation. Or he could let Zyno just put one in the Shinigami, and then he uses his turn to come down here and help deal with this. Either way, but Zino goes before him, so Zino will make that choice for himself. So before he even gets to react, there's plenty of shit that can happen. Cynthia goes before him too.
I don't see a reason why we're keeping the Shinigami alive.
Claudius goes to Cynthia. She's nearby, right? Cynthia, we're gonna need your staff. They're invisible.
Okay.
Oh well, no, it wore off after they cast it.
Oh, it's not greater.
Yeah, it wasn't a greater.
All right, so I guess it was the lower version.
Okay. Yeah, because she was gonna do a silence on the area, but if they were invisible, she would have had to change everything up after that.
Never mind.
There'd be no telling.
You can still do that now. They're not invisible.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I still need drama. What does she have?
Oh, that's pretty cool. As a standard action, since Claudius has Greater Arcane Sight on, as a standard action, he could like focus and concentrate on a specific creature, and he can determine what's the highest level spell that spellcaster could cast.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so he's gonna probably do that, and if it's like, let's say, oh shit, the highest level spell they can cast is level 4, that means that they're freaking moves, and then we don't have to like go too crazy. But if they have like level
nice,
if they have
magic perception is dope.
Yeah, no, not Battle Magic Perception. This is Greater Arcane Sight.
Oh shit! Okay, now that makes sense.
Now I see why it's a level 7 spell instead of
Damn, that's just like having a fucking the Mangekyo Sharingan, son. Just...
Yeah. As a free action, you see every buff that they have on and the actual name of the spell of the buff, right? Mm-hmm. And if you concentrate on a specific creature within 120 feet of the standard action, you can determine whether it has any spell casting or spell-like abilities, whether these are arcane or divine spell-like ability, and the strength of the most powerful spell or spell-like ability the creature currently has available for use. That's freaking dope.
Damn.
The ultimate, spell to know, to know your enemies. Like, oh shit, this guy's a threat. Got a whole bunch of level 9 spells to play.
All right. Nidrama
killed the Shinigami?
She flew. She's like, she sees that the Shinigami was coming back, was lying there babbling, but she realized that wasn't going to last long, and its wounds were healing. So she flies overhead. It gets on the other side to flank it, slices down towards it, since it was already prone, and uses her silver crane, her blazing wings maneuver. It's like this silvery bluish light fans out from her
took away that grip hook.
From her flaming great.
I was just about to say that.
From her flaming great sword.
Grip point, man.
And slices down towards it to pretty much knock him back unconscious again. He's not dead yet.
He's still in fucking bitch.
Oh wait! I didn't expect that from the drama, because in character, Meswar said, "I'm gonna try and see if it could like aid us." And I kind of expect the sign of not listening.
Oh, well, Nidrama ain't all that. She.
I ain't about that shit either.
Nidrama ignore Meswar then?
She ignored Meswar. She's like, we ain't got time for this.
And that's Zio's thought too. We don't have time for this.
Man, I should have
Motherfucker want to play diplomacy. This ain't
She's
the
like,
Justice
she
League.
goes,
Get the fuck out of here.
she goes, listen, we don't got time to waste our resources.
I'll play that dialogue over here.
Let's do it.
Nidrama is like, Nidrama goes, I'm taking him out. We can't cure his madness right now. And that doesn't guarantee that he'll listen to our diplomacy.
You know, like, I'll put him in that prison cell, as Claudia suggested before. There's no need to kill him.
The Shinigami's still alive, so you're still able to do that. I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't conscious to continue his own attacks.
Will he still heal?
All right,
No.
that ends the conversation.
Until-
He's still alive?
Yeah, until the Shinigami is fully dead, which would take another good hit, she says.
Okay.
It's going to continue healing.
I will gladly take care of it.
Don't do it, man. Sino's gonna punch you out, Sino. No, he's kidding.
Well, it's Zino's turn. Nidrama's like, have at it.
Messer goes like, fine, I'm gonna put him in a cell. And then this guy's gonna take a freaking sucker punch. Go ahead, Sino. Do what you gotta do, son. Do what you gotta do.
Oh no, I'm taking the action to kill it.
Messer was using an immediate action to dodge bullet. No, just kidding. I don't think he could do that.
He would do that though. Like high
know he
key,
would.
he would do that.
He would do it. Does he have something to do with that shit, Lewis? I don't know.
Do
He
what?
would do that.
Zino finishes off the Shinigami.
He would high key stop me from trying to kill the Shinigami. 100%.
Metsua probably would. I can see that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He would.
And then we be boxing like
I don't think Messer just wanted to defeat him, not kill him.
Well, yeah.
Especially since Messer has subdual damage. He would have just like knocked him down so low. Wait, he can regenerate. They're immune to subdual damage.
I could see Metsua would be a saint. Would see everybody imprisoned here, not the jail keepers, but like the prisoners as victims.
They're victims, right? Like, yeah, I could see Messer being conflicted here. You know, being a saint. Like, he was just gonna actually just put him in a cell. So,
victims are
whether
stopping us
to
from doing what we have to do.
Metsua, whether they're mortal or immortals, they are victims because they're unable to make a rational thought and decision on how to make their choices.
this guy Messer has the flawed trait, honorable combat. So he knows it was like kind of not honorable because the guy's like sick in the mind and head.
Right.
As much as it must hurt, this is collateral damage of what we have to do.
Oh, I don't think the rest of the party gives a shit. It's only Messer that I know that will have some qualms with.
Right.
Yeah. Pilates will be like, hey, yeah, take that freaking threat out. Unless we could turn him into our side and fight for us. That's different. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
With Steino's
I
turn.
mean, you already know how Valaden feels about that. He's stone cold about it right now, especially being where he is right now. His focus is on Adi Marcus. Anyone that's in between that, well,
That's the same mentality
either they
has.
comply or they're an obstacle and they have to get treated as much. Like,
Come on, this is supposed to be an RP between Mesor and Sino right here.
right.
Let's see.
As far as because I mean, fucking Valaden's sights is on the people that we lost.
In Zino's mind, he's just merely collateral damage. We have a goal, and he's in the way of that. We don't have time for negotiation.
No, that's true. We're in the heat of the moment. We're not really. It's not the appropriate time to.
If we had captured him and we had brought him back, like, somewhere else.
Plus, we're literally getting magic thrown at us right now.
We're right now. We're in the middle of a hell reality inside the prison of an entire hell reality.
It's a liability waiting to happen. Even if we had him,
there's a lot of people that need saving.
Even if he's no for evil. Even if he aided us, let's say, okay, fine, let's ally together. He's mad. Every other round,
he doesn't have any control.
He can't control it. He can't control himself. It's like, and it's a full round action will kill one of us. Like shit.
I mean, you don't gotta kill him. Maybe just knock him out. But we can't deal with him right now. He's not going to be an ally. He's not going to be an asset.
It's impossible.
So,
nah, there's no way, man. It's either knock him out or kill him or put him in a cell. Those are his only options. Oh, we could throw him out the window. That's what he wants. No, we can't see outside, right?
Now that Valena would have a problem because we're not here to disturb their laws. We're not here to free their prisoners. We're here
No,
to stop their prisoners from getting free.
no. They free their own prisoners just to throw it at us.
That's true. But but Valena would be against like throwing him out the window, like freeing him from the prison of this like facility.
Mm.
Man, nah, his ass stays right here. This is where he belongs. Ain't nobody getting free.
Okay.
That includes Adi Marcus.
Anyway. Anyway. Alright.
The Shinigami, is he considered a demon or no?
Oh hell yeah, big time.
Oh yeah.
No.
He's giving off a lot of demon energy, man. I'm telling you.
I read the knowledge check thing. Let me do it again.
Some evil spirit. He definitely wasn't no fucking regular humanoid.
Shinigami. They are feared as truly impartial and merciless harbingers of death. The Shinigamis are relentless in their pursuit of dispensing quick and just deaths upon those who would seek to disrupt the delicate balance of life. Unlike other more sinister bringers of doom, Shinigamis don't take pleasure in their work and they don't seek to impose suffering, although there are exceptions. Some individuals, aptly described by their kin as rogue Shinigamis, subscribe to either more merciful or more despicable forms of execution, and
Some of them are good.
and are either lawful good or lawful evil.
Look at that, man. See?
Overall, they're supposed to be lawful neutral.
Mm. All right. So they're not like inherently evil. Then.
No,
They have
only
some sort of
no.
power.
Only the rogues, only the rogue ones would be. Some of the rogue ones would be.
Yeah, that's
Victims who have had their lives spared by kind Shinigamis praise the
mess with my south sign on that. This guy could have been lawful good.
victims who have had their lives spared by kind Shinigamis praise the angels of death for their clemency and willingness to listen to the victim's plight, while other dastardly survivors have successfully cheated or bribed their way out of death by manipulating credulous or less honorable Shinigami.
Yeah, war. Right, Sino? You gotta take care of business.
This is war. I don't know why.
This guy's trying to be a saint.
Cynthia, which Cynthia?
Oh, wait, he literally is a saint. I was trying to say that like. This guy's trying to be a saint, trying to help redeem everybody.
He's like, I
wait,
am
he actually is a saint.
Cynthia will. She'll go next to Claudius, and then she will then do silence on the area that those casters are in. Silence! Silencio!
Silence this from her wand.
Yes, sir.
So she moves over to the. Oh, she's already at the top of the stairs. So she aims the center of the spell towards the area of the Unila devils, and silences them from casting any verbal spells at the very least. Go to Mitsuwa.
Sino, how could you? He had lost the battle. There was no need. Wait, is he dead or alive? He's dead? He's dead, right?
Yeah, he's
Big
dead.
ass X over his.
That motherfucker dead.
That X don't stand for fucking
Like the brain, like
love, nigga. That
like
means
brain matter, like all over, like this one's face, had
he's
exploded.
doing all his living.
It's got like, and then he's like, it's almost like he looks at Sino, but not with rage, but like with sorrow. Like you feel sorry for him. He just looks like that. You know? But he understands where, like, because Mess has a high sense motive. He
Yeah,
understands
it's high
why.
wisdom.
He has high wisdom and sense motive. He understands why Sino is like not fucking around. But at the same time, he is a little, feels sorrowful that he felt like this Shinigami, that he could have been redeemed. But, you know, you fought, he real quick bows to the Shinigami. You fought honorably. And then he dashes, towards the stairs where Valenum is at, going to fight to battle.
Alright. Back your homie up, man.
Huh?
Because
What was
he's mad fast. Come back your homie up.
that? Hell yeah. That dude's there like 120 feet per round. Shit. Regular movement. Dragon kick. Now, I think that's too far for Dragon Kick. Right? No way, Dragon Kick actually increases, right? It starts out at 30 feet, and then it goes up through the levels, right? Like 90 feet, Dragon Kick.
What, flying kick? It has to. You have to use it. When you use it, you can only move up to the bonus monk speed. So I think
Right.
for Metro, it's like 60 up to 60 feet. Yeah.
Okay, so they're too far away, I think, right? They're too far.
Yeah.
So he's gonna move up. He's gonna full move around his full movement.
To
I
where
don't think
to where they're at.
where they're at. I don't know if that's enough to get there.
What is this from? Like it's just a straight 90, isn't it? I think it's just a straight 90 because there ain't nothing else that could really enhance that.
90, yeah, because it don't stack. They don't stack with haste or any of that stuff.
I think you can get there in 90. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you can get there. He can get there. What floor was this? Number 7? Yeah, it was number 7. Yeah, it's floor number 7. I don't know how to make a copy of this. Oh, I know what I can do. Kind of. I'm gonna do this. Alright, so Metso would be down there. Not the same floor, the floor below, but I'm gonna use the same map. But I separated it with the
Does he see the creatures?
yeah, hold on. There they are.
All right, cool.
He still has a standard action
Excellent.
and a swift.
You don't happen to have like a round kick feat or anything like that, right? No, I don't think that. Roundabout. What do they call that karate technique? Roundabout kick.
Oh, roundabout kick.
Yeah, like slap, hit 2 of them with 1 kick. I'm sure there probably is feet for that, probably. All right, so the one right in front of him, he's gonna trip attack. Wait, does he have a special combo against mages? I know he got that mage slayer shit, right? So yeah, he's gonna trip attack it. Should not be that difficult. So that's 30, probably plus 30, right? That's actually higher. Let's trip. You got an improved trip and all that.
I'll be right back.
I was gonna roll 1d20. You had to modify those.
I forgot what he did.
Nice. That definitely tripped. 16 plus whatever. That dude's probably.
All right. Anyway,
He rolled trip, improved trip, whatever. Rolled trip. 16 plus whatever modifier.
trip. Oh well, yeah, he trips easily. He trips these pretty easily.
Yeah. That man Slayer. He got that oh yeah, when he was walking towards there.
Which the trip will grant him, I think, 2 attacks opportunity.
2 attacks? Alright. If he uses that gem of seeing, when he's walking, he could like draw. Well, he always has it in his hand or whatever. He could just walk and have the thing. That gem of true seeing makes him see through the mirror image, right?
Gem of Seeing. When it is gazed through, it enables you to see with true seeing. It can be used as many as 30 minutes a day in increments of 5 minutes. Yeah, oh yeah, it'll go through the
Alright.
mirror image.
Has he used that? Oh, it's only 30 minutes total per day?
Yeah, and each time he looks through it, it counts as 5 minutes.
And it will last for 5 minutes pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Has he used this since we started this campaign? I mean,
I don't think he's ever really used it.
I don't think he. Alright, he'll use it. At least I know it has 25 minutes left. Okay, he'll use it. I want to make sure the shit lands. Alright, so he's gonna. You said 2 attacks, right? First attack plus 30, probably, right? Oh wait, he could use a style for a round, right? So he could use like a hammer blow.
Yeah, he can still use a style.
Style, right? So let's use a hammer blow for one, no?
Boom, that's a hit.
Oh, and then roll damage, right?
Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
It's 60.
I think I have it up here somewhere.
68 plus 10. With the
Is it 78 plus 10? Up here, I saw that I rolled 78.
Yeah, that's right. Because his Saint ability, which does extra damage to evil, and then he's doing hammer blow with that attack, which has him dealing damage twice. So it should be 13d8.
78 plus 10, right?
Yeah.
Or is it higher?
No, it's that 13d8 plus 10.
All right. 32 damage.
2 damage. I know they got damage reduction. He can go through it. Okay. 32 damage. And then he has another attack of opportunity.
All right. Was there any damage reduction or no? He just went right through full damage?
He went right through.
All right. And I don't think none of the other 2 It's pro. Okay. How much HP does it have? I don't see the HP bar. Does it like really hurt or no?
That's weird. Hold on. I'll fix that. Probably should see it now.
All right. So he'll hit the same one of them. Hopefully attack. It would not be plus. It'll be plus 30 again, right? I think so.
Yeah.
All right. 44 hit. What would the damage be now? I know it's a lot less. Wait a second. I fucked up. I fucked up, Lewis. Can I take the action back? Can I take that?
Why? What were you gonna do?
I think I'd rather trip this one instead.
Oh, like. Well, no, those were. Wait, trip. Which one?
Oh, wait. The attack opportunity has to be taken on the same
Yeah,
person.
it has to be. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. So, what's the damage modifier again? I forgot.
Plus 10. 68 plus 78 plus 10.
Again, 78? No, that's for Hammer Blow. He did that already in the first attack.
A hammer blow. No, I rolled. It was supposed to be 13d8 plus 10. I was wondering why the damage was low. I'm like, wait a second.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'll do the 13 now then. 13d8.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 13. I typed it on there. I thought you saw it. I'm sitting here like 32 damage. I saw.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see it now. I see it.
Oh, I was like.
It would have been the same then. I guess, we'll make the. Okay, so now 62 and then
62 and then 32.
Right, 62 and 32, right. Mage Slayer, Messel.
62. And then 32. Okay. Yeah, he took it out.
Nice. With a standard action. Mage Slayer. All right, Mess is done.
Claudius.
He's gonna look down. He's gonna use a standard action to use greater magic sight to determine what's the highest spell level it could cast. Oh wait. Got that?
What's Claudius doing?
As a standard action, he's gonna focus his greater arcane sight to determine what's the highest spell level, what's the highest spell the mage can cast. One of the mages can cast. I guess he could choose the one here, this one. The one south of Messel.
Greater arcane sight. Concentrate is a standard action. Okay. You are able to determine that the most powerful spell they are able to cast are 4th level spells.
All right, so that's I kind of figured there were small fries. All right. Claudius is gonna for his move action. Where yeah? Oh, we in the other map. Let me move him. Jeez. All right, so Claudius is gonna move out of the way and heads towards where the Shinigami is at. His companions clearly could handle this without him, so he's out. Deuce. He's gonna while he's walking Lewis through all these cells, he's looking. I don't know if he has to do a spot check, looking to see if he sees anything that stands out of those cells that he's walking by. And he's gonna reach over here by where the drum is at. So all those cells that he passed by, he like takes a quick look. Remember, he has all those enhancements, and he has like a +40 to freaking sight.
You take looks in the cells, and unlike the cells on the lower half of the tower, this upper half seems to have a lot more prisoners that are mortals, that are like that are humanoid. They're either human or dwarf.
Yeah, so these are where the high level NPCs are, huh?
Yeah, elf, drow elf.
Damn.
Oh, regular elves too, drow.
I mean,
These are niggas that were sealed away from the Bleach movie, nigga. These are
Yeah.
You know, you see what appears to be what might be a tiefling. You see a genasi. Like you're seeing, various humanoids, plain touch that definitely not in here. Like these have to be the ones that are locked in here, and obviously insane, and they're in straitjackets. Are figures that are definitely strong in their own right, were they free and had all their equipment, but they are here for some reason because of some transgression, either because they got sent here or imprisoned here by another from their worlds. Obviously none that Claudius would recognize. That's the key difference he's noticed, that of the beings locked up in these cells as opposed to the ones that were in the lower half of the tower.
Yeah, the lower half.
Like one of the cells, as he's looking through. As he's looking through, he's looking through, and he's also unable to his greater arcane sight obviously doesn't see any auras other than the abjuration aura that's on the rooms themselves, which are all like they're like anti-magic cells pretty much. Put somebody in, lock somebody in one of those cells, and they're not gonna be able to use anything spell-like or supernatural or whatever.
That part is done.
All right. I guess around 4. Okay, so the Unilas, who are aware that to stay away from not cast in Metsor's presence because of his Mage Slayer.
That's a caveat that I hate about that feat. That they basically
Where they can't cast defensively,
that they're aware that they can't cast defensively. That basically nerfs that feat right there. That part. It's almost like you get a free meta game. Like, oh, you gotta
I guess they just didn't want a spellcaster to get bodied too easily because they were like.
But it makes Mass has had it all this time. It's been so hard for him to like actually use it.
Well, it's still a draw. It's
And it's not like he has reach weapons. If he had like a reach weapon, that's different. Like someone like Johan will freaking.
well. Here's the thing. It can still harm a caster because, like, say that if the caster's prone, well, it can't take a 5 foot. So if it plans on casting, it's stuck taking the attack of opportunity. Or if the caster wanted to use its move action for something,
I guess they have to be tripped. That's the only way it'll work, pretty much. That he can do the combo. They have to be tripped. Like
right.
this one, like that. Oh wait, the other ones are not tripped. Maybe just walk away.
Yeah, right. I mean, if he had it tripped, or if like,
well, that's the thing. When Meswar trips, they're dead because he gets all these follow up.
Or if for some reason the enemy can't take a 5 foot step and then cast.
Usually have lower HP. Like look at this guy.
Mage Slayer would be nasty with the
Mass killed this creature with a freaking standard attack. He didn't even do flurry.
Mage Slayer would be nasty if somebody with reach. That's for sure.
Like reach. Johan will freaking destroy the shit out of that crowd.
Because even if they took a 5 foot, even if they took a 5 foot step, they're still within threatening range. So it's like, oh shit.
We can have Johan enlarge into a huge creature with his freaking pole arm, reach of 20 feet, Mage Slayer. Good luck escaping.
Alright, so these two realize, yeah, this is not happening. And also they're silenced, so there's no sound. So, fortunately, with this next spell that they're casting, it requires no verbal components. It's somatic.
Oh my god.
It's somatic only. Somatic only.
They're gonna turn into a mist.
This one turns to gaseous form and goes through the wall.
Yeah, I knew it. That's how they got through that wall of force. I think they learned their lesson. I think they know that they're outmatched. They probably won't fuck with us no more. We could just freaking.
This one turns into gaseous form, but because it had to take a 5 foot step,
they just saw their ally get freaking popped.
It doesn't have any move. See, here's the situation. It took a 5 foot to avoid the attack opportunity, casted the spell, but doesn't have any actions to move, so it's still there, but in gaseous form right now.
Oh yeah, gaseous form. See, freaking Meswar needs to learn hockey, so he could freaking.
I mean, he could still hit. I think gaseous form just gives you damage reduction 10 magic or something like that.
Wait, you could hit someone gaseous form?
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, what?
I mean, it's no different than hitting somebody.
You sure, Louis? Let me look that up.
Incorporeal. The subject gains damage reduction 10 magic. There it is. Yep. And immune
so
to.
I can still body that thing.
And immune to poison and immune to critical hits. Nice.
What about melee? It's not immune to like physical hits.
It has damage reduction 10 magic.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right.
The subject and its gear become insubstantial, misty, and translucent.
Oh, I know what makes it different. What makes it hard to kill someone in gaseous form? They can just go inside a freaking crack in the stone in the bottom.
Oh yeah, it's a perfect get.
That's what I meant.
It's almost a perfect getaway.
That's what that vampire did in chapter 2, right? That stupid vampire vampire that we fought.
Right.
When we goggles. He turned, and then eventually we ended up finding his freaking coffin and killed it, destroyed it, so he couldn't like go in there to recover.
The fucking vampire gunslinger or whatever.
No, not beforehand. There was Dracul.
I don't know.
He was like a no
gaseous form. You can pass through small holes, narrow openings, even mere cracks, as long as the spell persists. That's really the crux of fucking gaseous form. Is you can get into a lot of places with that. Because you can as long as there's some sort of crack, like a ventilation to the next area, you can maneuver your way in there.
Yeah. Claudius was able to deduct that. That's how those fools got up there. When he saw that the freaking pit fiend is not even up there, I'm like,
Yeah, they had gaseous form and went through the walls, which are made of bone and they're porous. So,
But in a way, Claudius is glad too. That means that the dimensional lock is foolproof. Nobody can teleport here, because that would freaking be a game changer if the opponents could teleport and we can't.
Right.
Yeah, at least we all like in the same playing field right now. They can't teleport, neither can we. So it actually works to Claudius' advantage. Yeah, he's more vulnerable, but it's freaking awesome because now his freaking battlefield spells are more effective. at the level that we're at, everybody teleports and fly. Being a conjurer high level is freaking difficult when everybody can fly and teleport.
Fuck, I can fly. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Whose go is it now?
V's go. Messwar has that on the lock and key, I believe. But I'm still gonna go and support him. So
Go rush there. Rush shield bash. Charge.
right. Let's move on the home now. Fighting defensive shield bash.
Oh, he went down there. It's like I'm not letting you get away. Wow.
Yo, imagine if they go invisible again. They hide, and later on we're fighting. One of us is like at 3 HP. They come out of nowhere. Magic missile. That'll be a freaking. That'll be a humiliating death, man. Like, oh, you gotta take out these freaking. Can't let them come. Like, oh, you underestimated them. They got low level spells. Now you're dead.
For real.
We gotta take the Sino approach.
Alright, so Valenum went down there and what? Oh, well, make your attack.
Charge. Fighting defensively. Shield bash.
Fighting defensively.
Why are you fighting defensively? They're spellcasting.
Because he's Valenum.
They're
That is.
gonna
He
try.
always fights
They're not
defensive.
gonna try and hit you with a wand or a stab. They're gonna
His defenses are always up. Always.
Yo, they would literally need to roll like a 20 to hit that mouth.
It don't matter. He doesn't underestimate anyone. Not a single person. They all get the fighting defensively treatment.
The dude's always on guard, like, you know.
Always, yo.
Sleeps with one eye open.
+2.
Shield at the ready. Always armor. Does he ever take his armor off? Only
Plus,
probably for like.
alright, you have a +27 to attack? Yeah,
Plus 27. Valenum doesn't take his armor off, no. He has an enchantment on it where he doesn't have to. It's like
I know he can sleep with it, no problem. But what about like repairing?
45.
Hygiene?
Yeah, he doesn't take that shit off at all.
You must be stinky then. No hygiene or anything. When was the last time Lena, changed? Don't worry, blood has got you. Cantrip, destination.
He said this motherfucker smell like ass.
Like ass.
No zero cantrip spell will, get you right.
I think
He's a cleric. I'm pretty sure he has spells that takes care of that.
I think you really had 2d6 +10 for damage.
2d6 +10.
So if we go to the public bath, everybody go, like get naked, go to the bath. Not Valenum with his armor on. And now he lets his friends see his face, so at least he'll take the helm off. He's like, full body armor and
yeah, he's only let. And the funny thing is, I was doing that before Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, I know.
So people can't even say I was biting because I made Valenum way before Goblin Slayer was even created, even in his manga form. And he never took his helmet off ever. The only time he's ever taken his helmet off was during the time where
was it with Kai
where
or
we're trying to win Kai's
Kai
trust.
Yeah.
I take it you guys are just
What?
Trying to take it out before it goes to the wall.
Right.
Alright, well, never mind. I'm not okay.
Unless you want to skip this, that's
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just it's automatic.
There you go, man. Let's move on then.
Because I know because it's got Xyno. I know the Cynthia's at the top. She's probably gonna chill. It's Xyno and Meth. Well, Xyno's already. No, he's at the.
Cyano will probably kill one of them. Does he gets a grip point or no? Oh, they're too low level.
Nah, not that too low.
Sorry, I try to.
What was I gonna say? Yeah.
You did take the
Plus, it's gonna end with Meteor anyway. So.
Well, he took the Shinigami out, so don't forget that grip point for that. So. Alright.
Alright, now let's move through.
Let's move on. We're going to the 6th floor now?
No, 8th.
We're going to the 8th? I thought we were in floor number 5.
You were in 7th.
Oh, okay, 8th. Oh, wow. And there's only 9 floor ups, right? We almost at the top?
Yep.
Hey, guys.
Damn.
Moment of truth, Artie Marcus. We got to get TPK. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice knowing you guys.
Artie Marcus.
Nice knowing you. So what's the order of going up the stairs? I didn't know who is going up there first, pretty much.
Valenum's going up there first.
Do rope trick work here, Lewis?
That's a good question. I wouldn't imagine that.
It opens up an extra dimension. No. Because of the fact that interdimensional travel is blocked in this place. So.
Alright, I think before we go, well, we going to the 8th floor. Let's clear the 8th floor out. I think after the 8th floor, before we go to the 9th, we might need to take a little break. Make sure we got all our, off up, whatever, or we have like camp, so we could be at full strength. We don't know what's in floor 9, man.
Very true.
Right?
It could be that creature that's
I'm gonna assume it's automatic.
Monsters out.
Yeah, those mofos. They might be in the next. They might be in the floor.
That's camp. Where are you gonna camp? That whole place is looking for you guys.
There's 2 floors. That's all I'm asking. Rope trick.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They're looking for us, but we had a rope trick. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, hey, good luck finding us.
Right. That shit fizzles out. Like, nope. We blocked that shit.
Yeah. So you know what? This 8th floor.
8th floor. You guys get to the 8th floor. You see more of these cells. You don't see. You don't see any.
Not 8th floor yet. I want to cast a few spells first.
Oh, okay.
Because 8th or 9th, we're gonna see the DUNGEONS and all these other people. So I want to. Claudius want to use one of his magical items. Where is it at? That's the thing that has like 5 charge left, I think. Louis, Claudius has. If he doesn't have it casted, does he have level 1 spells? Does he have Eyes of the Auroral, Efficacious Perception on? If not, he's casting those spells. Because that should blow his perception up the roof.
No, he doesn't have efficacious eyes.
All right, so he's casting that Eyes of the Auroral. I see 2 True Strike. Did I cast any of those before? True Strikes. Casting level 1.
Hold on. You casted one of them. You still have one left.
Okay, so I'm gonna use a Pearl of Power to get the other True Strike back.
Them pearls, baby.
And also for level 2, I see that I casted 1 Birth of Radiance, right? So I'm gonna use a Pearl of Power to get that Birth of Radiance back. So I should have both of them back.
Cast his best friend right there, boy. Them goddamn pearls. At least for the non-spontaneous bunch,
Mm-hmm. Hey, we need magical items to try to mimic the sorcerers, right?
For real, man. You saw how good sorcerers had it. We had to be like, yo.
We work hard to get to this level.
Let me copy your mechanic right quick, man. It's too good.
Mm-hmm. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. He's gonna use a Serpent Eye. a charge. It gets foresight.
Oh yeah. Foresight.
So he has foresight. Is there anything else you see?
Oh, it's got 6.
It has 6 charges, right?
Yeah.
But it can only be used once per day, I think.
Yeah.
It's-
There's 5 remaining.
How many Pearl of Powers level 1 I have? Oh, I got 5 of them. All right, so I'm gonna use another Pearl of Power to get combat readiness. He's gonna cast it on Sino to increase his initiative. Did he cast that on him before? I don't think he did, right?
Nah,
No.
did it on Valena.
Right. All right, and then he's gonna use another Pearl of Power and cast combat readiness on Meswar as well.
Damn. Them boys is ready. Alert. You figure out how fucking fast Metsuar is because of his dexterity and shit as it is. If his ass ain't going to first all the time.
Who am I missing with combat readiness? Maybe Claudius should cast that shit on himself. I don't know if it stacks with him though. His initiative is already super high.
Cynthia would definitely.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Cynthia. She definitely should be up there. And then the last Pearl of Power, Lewis. Combat readiness on Cynthia as well. Thank you, man, for reminding me. It's always like so short and in the background, like hiding there. Sneaky. Just like the monster. They're never targeting her either. That's what I used to complain about. Why am I being targeted? Not Cynthia. She's a spellcaster. She's not in the middle, right up in the front, belaying them. She don't even be hiding. She like be up there. No armor or anything. Like,
You think it's no armor?
yeah, I know. Man.
All
All right, guys. So combat readiness. So you can write down your notes. That gives you +6 to initiative, and you cannot be flanked. Wait. If the target is flanked against the, oh, never mind. You could be flanked, but if you're flanked, the opponent does not get +2 to attack bonuses. No, but you can still get your ass sneak attack though. You gotta be careful.
Who else has it?
Sino and Cynthia. Lewis, that's an insight bonus, right? That's an insight bonus.
Yep.
Does Claudius, will that work on Claudius too, or he already has insight bonus for his like initiative bonus? I think he has
To initiative? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he does. No.
Wait, so Claudius could boost his initiative an extra +6 right now?
Oh, does Claudius have?
Yeah. Does he have insight? I think he has insight, right? Because his staff gets some +5 and then another +3. Look at his staff real quick.
Yeah, the staff is +5 to insight. The spell would give an additional 1.
Oh, that's not worth it. Just for +1. All right, never mind. Now I was about to say, I'm like, whoa, what are you saying? All right. So I think that's everyone then. Well, I guess the drama is missing. I might as well put the drama up there also. Besides the drama, am I missing anyone else? I think it's just the drama.
Yeah, it's just a drama.
All right. I think I ran out of Pearl of Power, correct, Lewis?
There's 1 left.
Oh, there is? All right, so he'll use that Pearl of Power, combat readiness, and the drama.
Nice.
Can't be reconnecting slow.
Everybody's got +6 and can't get enemies.
And you said that haste wore off.
Enemies cannot flank. I mean, they
Right.
flank, they just don't get the bonus.
I think haste wore off, right?
Yeah, haste wore off.
Yeah, he's not casting that now. He'll cast haste like in the middle of battle if he has to, because that shit only lasts around for
I think it lasts almost, for you, it lasts like 28 rounds. Almost 3
20. I know, but imagine like in the next 28 rounds we have no encounters. I'll do that.
Almost 3 minutes.
All right, shield. Does anyone needs like what shield is only personal, right? Cast shield on other people. Can he cast shield on other people or no? Shield is, I think so, right?
Yeah, it's mage armor that you can't cast on other people.
Right.
I think shield you could cast on.
Does anyone in the party will benefit from a shield spell, Lewis? Like, I know Mentor party won't, but like Sino, for example, or Valeno. Well, Valeno has his probably more powerful than.
Let me look at my fucking shit. See what I got.
Because that Claudius has scrolls of shield. He could cast one on Sino. Oh, look at this shit. I have freaking Blessed Aim scroll too. I think I'm gonna cast that shit. How long that shit last? Blessed Aim. I think it will know.
Ooh, that's the one Zyno would benefit from. I think that's morale bonus, right?
Aim? Yeah, I got to scroll of that shit. Aim. Just want to see the duration if it lasts a minute per cast.
I think it lasts a long time. I think it lasts like 1 minute per cast level.
Oh yeah. Because these scrolls that I have, what color are they? Let me see. I know usually write them down. Nine scroll. Oh shit! It's level 1, so it'll only last 1 minute. All right, now that I'll cast in the middle of battle. Let me get. I have 2 scrolls of Blessed Aim. Claudia's gonna keep one, and he's gonna hand one over to Cynthia, because sometimes Claudia's might have to cast other shit, and then Cynthia can cast him instead.
Yeah.
But Claudius will also cast. Claudius will also cast Divine Scroll. He has like high spellcraft. Not spellcraft. What's the other shit? The thing that lets you cast. What's that skill you cast from other lists? Rogues are good at that card.
Use magic
Yeah,
device.
There we go. That use magic. Yeah, because Claudius has a high use magic device.
Mm.
So yeah, so he has 2 of those scrolls. So he's giving one to Cynthia. He's keeping one. Because Claudius will also benefit from that +2 morale bonus in case if he does like a touch attack.
Mm-hmm.
He has a level 7 powerful spell. It's Ray of Stun that even if they fail their save, they're stunned for 1 round. That could be to get somebody out of jail. So Cynthia will help Claudius like get that +2 to touch attack if anything. Because we know Sino ain't gonna see.
Right. That's for a fact.
What's this guy's use magic device? +18. You think that's high enough? Yeah, he should be for a level 1 third spell. He should be able to pass that shit.
Yeah.
+18 magic, +18 magic device. That's pretty high. All right, I think that's it for Claudius, Lewis. I think we're ready to move on. Make sure all our HP are topped, everyone. I think by now we probably will have.
Let me see. No. I dead ass have a potion of bark skin on me right now. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. Shield. I got shield scroll. I could cast that on Cyan. We'll probably benefit from that.
I have a potion of bark skin.
It stacks because Bark Skin is natural armor and shield is shield armor. So you could like they both stack. So
Okay.
you could like bring your ace. Yep, yeah. Oh, should I bring SG1? Yeah, let's summon Matt. Should we summon SG1?
Yeah, we got the time.
Yeah.
Why not?
Look, let's summon SG1. Let's summon because Velena ain't gonna be able to be protecting us weaklings in the back. So this guy could be like a temporary bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So I'm gonna take.
Look how that duel.
I gotta see if it counts as a summon though.
I'm gonna take a potion of bark skin and also a potion of
Alright.
cure moderate.
Around. SG1 in the house.
Cure moderate. And a bark skin. Which is +5. Puts in some seed. Well, anybody else?
What? Anybody else?
No, because everybody's buffing, so I'm like, is anybody else?
I'm gonna.
Oh,
No.
Did you? I'm gonna do my.
you were looking up.
What else? Yeah, I'll just take my potion of bark skin and cure moderate, and that's it.
SG1 was he able to be summoned SG1 or no?
That's what I was supposed to check. What was the spell? It's called? Call construct. Call construct.
Whole construct.
Well, your characters would be knowledgeable and far knowledgeable, intelligent enough to know this. It is not a summoning; it is a teleportation, so it's not going to work.
All right.
So that way, you don't waste your gem.
Damn.
If it's a conjuration summoning, would have been different. But it's a teleportation; it's going to teleport it, and place blocks teleportations.
All right. Well, Claudius is casting a shield on Sino, Nidrama, the level 1 scrolls. One on Sino, Nidrama, and Cynthia as well. Shield. Anyone else on
Casting shield?
Yeah, shield. Right. You can cast shield on another, right?
No, it's personal.
It's personal. All right.
Oh shit.
Never mind. My bad. All right. So Claudius is casting shield himself. Then he's gonna use the one that's
He already has it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it listed.
What's
He has it on.
What's Claudius' AC? I want to know his AC because I've never really known what his AC is because it's never been relevant before. But now it is. He's immortal now. He's not a incorporeal.
AC.
Jesus.
He got shield. I think he has greater mage armor. And oh wait, greater mage armor wouldn't count because he got the bracers +7 of armor.
Okay, yeah, braces plus. Oh, I didn't even fix that. That's weird. Okay, braces +7. That was a good thing I noticed that. So he's got 6 from dexterity, 23, 24 deflection, AC. With shield on, it's 28. With the foresight on, it's 30.
30. Okay. Well,
I don't know other.
I think he also has a bark skin too, right? Potion, a bark skin.
I think because I remember everybody. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, drink a Barkin's potion.
Yeah, that'll give him +4. +4.
So what's his AC? Like with foresight, it's like +34
So it's like
now.
30. Should be 34. Yeah.
+34 I have here. All right. Damn, that's the highest AC Claudius ever had in his life. Before I never went past 20. Even 34, I think, is pretty low at the level we're at now. These mofos probably just need like a 2 or higher. Higher. What's your AC, Bellini?
Shit. These AC is
Buckskin is cast level 9, so +4 enhancement bonus.
Mass, I think, is like 40 something.
his AC is 37.
Oh shit! This guy like boosted.
There's 42 against ranged attacks.
All right. 37. All right, so I guess 34 should be kind of respectable, man.
Mm-hmm.
I have 30. Wait.
$33. Nice.
38. I have 38.
Mm.
Excluding bark skin.
Don't forget, Lewis. Claudius has spider sense. No shenanigans. Surprise you.
Mm-hmm.
With his high level perception, and this dude should not be. He should be immune to surprise. Period.
Spider sense is tingling.
We should be surprising people. It says it right here too. You are never surprised or flat surprised either. Get it? Speed of thought. Teleport.
Oh, I'm lying. My flat-footed AC is 37. My armor class is
Oh,
39.
39.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to full defense and all that, it goes up like another 2. I mean,
No,
not
it goes
movies,
up way more
when
than
you fight,
that. When I'm
fight
fighting
defensively,
defensively, yeah, it goes higher than that. I get extra shield bonus when I fight defensively.
mm,
His touch AC with his shield, his touch AC is 26. Against range attacks, it's 31.
mm.
That's just his walk around. No buffs, no spells on him yet. I still have yet to cast the AC boost spell on him. Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
Claudius for like all the way up until like level 18. His AC was only like 18.
Mm-hmm.
Like and then eventually up to like 23. So like the last like level 19 and 20,
Mm-hmm.
his AC been like at 23 all the time because he never really like be getting targeted. This is like the highest. This is like the highest I've seen his AC from 23 to like 34. But that's because he buffed and took a potion, and then that spell that gave him another +2 to. Yeah, so 23. I mean, even a freaking level 10 fighter could hit Claudius. Oh, well, assuming he's not buffed. Obviously, he's like immune to like
Right.
he got damage reduction and all this other nonsense and contingencies. This is gonna be godlike.
Can Cynthia do some buffs now?
She can be doing that while Claudius is doing his, yeah.
Okay. I want to take out my scroll of aligned weapon. I have 2 of those.
A line weapon for who? Because
Uh,
Nidrama did blessed weapon with.
oh yeah, that's right. We don't need that anymore.
She did it with Valenum Zyno and Metsuar already, so.
He did
Oh,
what?
cool. All right, so it's straight then. Yeah, we're good then. Never mind. I mean, I could put Shield of Faith on Valedon, but he could do that himself. We are Gucci. Move one. Is everybody's HP cool? If not, I could do a channel energy right quick. Looks like we're a little hurt, yeah. So Cynthia will do channel energy. So everyone's nice and together. All cuddled up, snuggled up, nice and tight. Actually, Cynthia will take out a scroll of Heroes Feast. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Oh, you got that? You got a scroll of Heroes Feast?
Let's be fearless again, people.
Yes.
Do what?
Oh, you woke that ass up, huh?
Ah!
Woke that ass up out to sleep, huh?
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Let's be fearless again.
scroll case number 7, 6th level, Hero's
And
Feet.
we got that temporary HP too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10-minute casting time.
We got time.
So,
We got time.
Not really. You got enemies that can come at any moment.
From
Well, all right,
upstairs.
well, we'll see
In
when they
fact, your
come in that 10
characters
minutes.
do hear enemies coming from behind you right now,
Oak.
Ow.
and
What's the word?
and upstairs.
Upstairs, we
Mm.
kind of expect. We're preparing for the people upstairs.
It was
So
quiet
can I
on the
cast
upper
that while
floor,
moving?
but
I could cast it while moving.
no, not for 10 minutes. You're just gonna get interrupted,
How
and
so?
then the characters have to spend the whole hour eating the food.
Oh, that's right.
We got time.
Like, what the
We got
hell?
An hour.
This guy trying to cast in the middle of a chaotic, half of it being a prison
Hey, we
break.
get hungry, okay?
Fucking hero's feast.
That shit would be dope, man.
wrong with that.
You
Claudius
got a
will
bite
make
to eat right quick, man. Hungry.
Claudius will make like wall of force all around us.
Sit down and eat, man.
He can't take out his
Well,
little.
that's the thing. Claudius saw enemy. Actually, all your characters saw enemies down there that were quite capable of, if they wanted to, and they
That shit would be godlike. That would be
could
some straw hat
disintegrate
pirate
wall of
type shit.
forces. So
That would be some shit the straw hat pirates would do. That
Oh
would be some
shit!
fucking
Yo,
bullshit.
wait a second. Wait a second. While you guys are eating for an hour, Claudius could go supernova right now and make like the ultimate protection spell around us. Because look at this item that I never gotten a chance to use this shit. I got it since like level 2.
That shit is
Heward's,
funny as
check this
fuck.
out, guys. Heward's fortifying bedroll. Let me
What?
read it. Once per day, gain the benefit of a full 8 hours of rest, including the elimination of fatigue or exhaustion, natural healing, and ability to prepare and ready any arcane spell.
Damn.
Of a single hour. So if Claudius were to go to sleep now for an hour, he could prepare all his spells.
Nah, we tripping, bro. We can't do that.
Yo,
It'll
look
be
at
some,
Lewis's
it'll be
face.
some
That
shit
was-
you would
that
see
was
in a
it.
it
cartoon.
wouldn't work because you got enemies that can destroy walls of forces right now.
You ready for right now, motherfuckers.
I'm
Y'all
like,
need to
what?
stop playing.
That's some shit that you would see in the anime,
that was
though.
priceless. Somebody should have taken a screenshot. Lewis was stunned like
No, I'm sitting here like,
this guy was like flabbergasted, like, huh? He could get all his spells back in 1 hour. Yeah, that would be technically 2 hours. 1 hour to sleep, and then 1 hour to prepare his spells. So 2 hours. Lewis, I can make it happen. Let me see. Level 9 spell. I'm gonna use the gate spell. Have a solar watch over our sleep. Knock this dude out. Put that pit fiend in his face.
that Solo's gonna be like, I'm not going to the carcery. Fuck out of here. You try summoning me into a prison plane? Nah, I'm not sending anybody. Close your gate back up.
You can have all that nonsense.
Close your gate back.
Nah, I jest.
I was like, because I think with gate that they're not
They're not obligated.
they're not obligated to come through. They can send something.
Gotta give them-
They could send something else. They could send a lantern
gotta-
archon. Man,
you
go see what the
gotta
fuck he want.
You gotta persuade them with something they want. Like, somebody has a price. Somebody always wants something.
That Solo would be like, you just summoned me carcery to do all this. If I succeed, you're coming with me to Mount Celestia for the next 100 years.
Fuck that shit.
To do what?
He ain't no state to no
What service do people? I wouldn't even live that long. What service could I possibly do for you for 100 years? Like a century?
Don't
Come on,
worry.
man.
You'll be in the seven heavens. We'll make sure you stay there living that long.
He'll thrive. Claudius rather goes on the 7 heaven.
Oh, Claudius will be like, no, never mind. Fuck that price. I'm dead.
Claudius will make this pit feast and get all his bitches. Calls, find them and shit. Let's go. That's where he'll thrive in hell. The Celestials, he can't do shit up there, man.
I mean, there's a reason why you see these novels and these spells and these and these stories You never hear these motherfuckers really calling for Celestials. They always calling for Fiends.
Yeah,
Because ultimately, I think what it is the Celestials be demanding way more than a Fiend would. But at least they're fair about it. But with a Fiend, motherfuckers will be like, motherfuckers will be like, I'll give you the crown to the kingdom for just
yeah,
this little bit of a thing. Right here, though.
Celestials, they're like, oh no, unless it's not like a holy war, like an incursion of demons that slipped over into the material plane. If it's not something absent that, they don't want to fuck with you. So.
Right. Well, fiends want requests to be. They want to give the false sense of security where it's like, oh, this fiend just gave me this for that. Okay, well, I'm gonna ask him again, and then again, and then eventually you've corrupted enough. The fiend's got you and is fucking eating out of his fucking palm of his hand. He's like, all right, now comes for the real price, and you're like, what?
Oh, fucking switcheroo.
Some of the Celestials like, listen, you're gonna need to like redeem this anti-paladin from me real quick, and then I'll do what you want for like 7 years. And then, like Celestials, they're gonna be demanding some crazy shit because they're like, man, Mortal really needs my help. But how's the Mortal helping the universe right now? Like,
people like Cynthia, I'll gladly go, but like the rest of us,
because if you think about it, messing with Celestial means you're probably gonna gain more XP. Messing with a fucking Fiend means you're probably just gonna be providing XP in the form of being a fucking larva when they take your fucking soul. Like the angel's gonna ask you to do a task, which probably is gonna be difficult. You know what I mean? Like, or it could be meaningful. In either case, it leads to an actual event that doesn't require your soul. So the angel's the way to go. Angel's the way to go, yo. Be like, you gotta redeem this fallen paladin. Now that in of itself sounds like a sick ass fucking adventure. Let's go. Let's go. That's just gonna be crazy.
Trust me though, an evil conjurer, they're not past summoning a celestial. Hey, I need a tear of an angel. Cry, bitch.
Damn.
All right? Now get the hell out of here.
Yeah, he's sick. I need the tears of an angel. Let me summon it. Start crying. He start torturing the angel.
Need that tear for
yeah, that's wild. Anyway, all right. Are your characters done?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got every buff here.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing wore off. No, nothing wore off today. So okay. Your characters make their way up the stairs onto the 8th floor. What you hear are no. What you see is an empty hall with who's first? Elena. Is he followed by? I'm guessing.
Claudia's not taking the rear this time. Somebody else gotta take the rear.
I think we have Zino usually taking the rear.
I'm taking the rear.
Yeah.
That's smart because he's ranged. So anything in front,
that's
he's the furthest away from.
He'll shoot him before they get close to us.
We have Valenum and Metzler, with Cynthia behind Valenum, Claudius and Drama next to you. Claudius basically surrounded by like the cleric, gunslinger, and the crusader. So
protect your mage, man. Protect your mage, and in return he'll protect you from magic and everything.
For real.
Mainly magic. You guys saw
magic
like
that's magic.
You guys
steal
saw
against steel.
Yeah, there you go. Steal against steel, and he's the magic. Look at that 4-3-5.
You see, it's empty of any encounters other than there are a couple of bodies that were either killed by maybe Hexavog and his minions on their way up, or maybe they killed each other. But it appears there was a appears there was a few fiends here, and even a couple of celestials that were formerly prisoners, that had slaughtered each other in this particular floor. And the That must have been the sounds that you heard was the fight that they had, and they ended up like killing each other in the end. As for the rooms, the rooms have the occupants screaming somehow screaming even louder and more manic than they were before, probably because of all the commotion. Banging up against the freaking. You can see each of the iron doors like slightly. You can hear the sound of them hitting against the door. Unsuccessfully breaking it down. They're not gonna be able to.
Like a real fucking pretty much like a real prison, like off the hinges right now. That's what I imagine. Like when they're throwing the fucking burning toilet tissue into the middle of like a courtyard and shit. Like you see like mad hands like reaching through the gates, like just waving crazy, just surrounded by him and shit. Those facilities are kind of creepy, man.
Yep.
Now we got your characters.
So, when you do that thing that what was it? That attack that you did on the monk.
The startling shot.
Yeah. Does that just target like one person, or is it like a radius?
It can only target one person.
Just one person. Okay. And the confusion shot. That's one person too, right?
Yes.
Do you have any abilities that actually affects like more than one person, or no?
Besides my fear shot, but that's about it.
Oh, the fear shot. How many?
Yeah.
How big is the radius for that?
Let me double check.
Oh, so you can cause fear.
Within a 30-foot radius.
And what does it? If you don't mind, what does it do? Like, do you read it?
It affects all living creatures within a 30-foot radius as if they're the subject of a fear spell. I can spend 1 grit point to shoot a shot in the air.
Do they automatically fail, or they can roll a save?
They have to roll a save.
Let me look up the fear spells. See what's that.
10 plus half my level plus my whiz mod, which is 22. So plus 6.
What's the DC for it? Half your level, you said?
It's 10 plus half my level plus my whiz mod.
Which is pretty good since he's straight fucking gunslinger.
Right. Let me see. An invisible cone of terror causes each living creature in the area to become panicked unless it succeeds a will save. If corner, a panicked creature begins cowering. If the will save succeeds, the creature is shaken for 1 round.
So they're still shaking? Wait a minute. I forgot about
panic
that
is
part.
Panic is a very powerful ability. I'm going to read it out loud right now.
Bro.
A panic creature... Yo, check this out. A panic creature must drop anything it holds and flee at top speed from the source of its fear, as well as any other danger it encounters along a random path. It cannot take any other actions. In addition, the creature takes a -2 penalty on all saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks. If cornered, a panic creature cowers. A panic creature can use special abilities, including spells, to flee. Indeed, the creature must use such means if they are the only way to escape. Oh wow! So if you're panicked, you're fucked. You're just trying to escape. You're not even attacking. You're dropping all your gear. And if you're in a corner, you cower. What does cowering down? Oh, check this out. If you get catch somebody in the corner, they cower. The character is frozen in fear and cannot take no actions. A cowering character takes -2 penalties to armor class and loses per 30 minutes if any. Oh shit! That's like,
Damn.
yeah, that's a good very good ability. Good to know.
Bump up the fear on them.
Yeah, we're in the jam and we're fighting humanoids, mere mortals. The Gunslinger's a pretty versatile class. I didn't know they had AoE attacks. The Gunslingers are pretty good. class.
You're medium.
So, and Taylor did a good job highlighting the features of the
He is
pencil.
large.
Mm-hmm.
Eat that fucking pie. Of that talk shit about my character all fucking game.
Yeah. Hey, you ever heard of the saying like like Santa's like a late bloomer? Sometimes you save the best for last. This guy is like like what was it, like the Black Swan? It was considered the ugly
Oh no,
duckling.
they are.
The ugly duckling.
Right. That's a fairy tale, right? Like, oh, the ugly duckling,
Yeah.
and then it grew to be like the most majestic, like swan of them all. Yeah.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer has a similar kind of moral to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was an outcast. Got chosen by Santa Claus. He's the lead reindeer.
Now that I think about it, my character Flage that I made, Flage Noxip, that's this thing too. Except he didn't become nice. He became an asshole. You know what I imagine when I think of that character? Oscar the Grouch.
That's funny. Oscar.
I can make people fall prone, drop items, confused.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of versatility, and
Yeah.
and also your most epic ability, kill people outright.
Yeah, blow their hands out.
Yo, 6-7 shots, just one crit times 4. There's usually one crit and they're dead. It's like one crit is like the equivalent of 4 attacks.
I thought I uploaded. Where the fuck did it go?
But this is a very well balanced group. I will throw this group against sure.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this group does things with melee that's really, really astounding, and then with magic does stuff that's really astounding too.
And then range too, like range, melee, and magic, and both types of magic. We got a divine
Really?
and our spellcaster. We got like all our bases.
Yeah.
I guess
All our
more of
bases.
a one from up here.
Very, very well balanced group.
Yeah.
And some of us have like other abilities, other like sub skills too. Because like Valenum, he's a tank, but he also
Heals
so
if he has to.
he's a crusader, so he's like a fighter plus a cleric. It's almost like it's almost like being a holy knight when you think about it. You're a
Right.
knight, and then you got holy abilities as well.
I'm
Holy
gonna shoot somebody, knock them prone right next to Mezzo or Wash Me. That's what I'm gonna do.
Claudius also has like rogues abilities as well.
That's true. Like really good roll abilities.
Really good. Yeah, he could see disable traps. And yeah, so he could do like basically like what a rogue is usually, better than a rogue. He could actually like detect the freaking trap with his magical vision. A rogue has to be always spotting whatever. Oh, oops. This dude can see mechanical and magical traps. So yeah, so we got that covered. What are we missing?
Mudhole in the ass.
I wouldn't say like we're really missing a bard because we kind of mimic what a bard does with our spells. Plus, if we really needed a bard, we could summon one.
That's true.
Yeah, he did it before when we were fighting this.
The fox dude.
Yeah, the fox dude. Remember? Yeah.
He's fucking dope.
Yeah, he's dope, but he's too low level now. Like he'll get freaking hurt at the level we're at now.
Unless you protect him somehow. Because all he did legit was like kind of play music and
Play music.
Aid. Didn't he have aid?
Yeah. He also has this unique spell. Like when your mind is being taken over from whatever. He did something so like you can control your mind again temporarily.
Oh yeah. I think it was
when you dominate it.
Yeah.
It mimics. I think it's a cleric spell that he mimics.
Oh, they're mediums.
I forgot what it was. It's like a level 2, level 3 spell. It's a cleric spell that lets you. Is it calm? I forgot. Well, Nidrama is like our bard now when you think about it. Right? She's like doing enhancements and aid.
but she fights outright. So it's like
Yeah, so
she's
like
with a
everybody has
spider base attack and a great sword.
everybody has like their secondary like skill sets. Like even
Yeah,
Cyano. Cyano will
and
be
maneuvers.
navigator.
So she's actually like fits in. She's like a merger between. She's like if Valadin and Zolarian were to
Really?
fuse.
Oh man, imagine if Solarian was still in this crew. Oh man,
It'll be crazy.
it'll be insane.
It'll be absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
Now I know I had that.
that kid had potential. He had potential, a lot of potential. He had that like main character vibe, like oh shit, like the popular character. Like
Yeah.
oh, I want to be that guy, you know. And
He
then
reminded me a lot of like Naruto.
yeah, he reminded me of Ace, like in One Piece.
Like, oh, Ace.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, everybody like, oh, maybe one day he'll join, Luffy and shit, or at least, collaborate in the future.
Damn.
Too
My
soon?
man said
Not
Ace.
that was shit. More than 10 years ago. Yeah, but yeah, this guy was like Ace. Oh wait, same fate too. Same shit that happened to Fate. Happened to
Yeah, he died. That's why I was laughing saying this man said
yeah,
Ace.
yeah.
I thought the pun was intended.
Yup. He became a donut.
Mhm.
It's like some Larry. He became a donut too. Ooh.
Roll. Oh, I didn't. Of course.
What, like finger of death.
Think about that.
Yo, that is a fun class though. I kinda always wanted to play that class too. Magus. Like, that's in my
Of course, it's a gish, but
Gish.
built by like on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
of course, you would want to
I
try
was,
that.
I was ahead of my time. I've been making gadgets since 2E days.
Right.
I was
For
ahead of
real.
my
Shake.
yeah.
So to get your hands
Got a
on a
fighter
gish that's
mage
mechanically
wielding with 2
sound.
weapons.
I made so many different iterations, many different like versions of like gadgets. I even wanted to make like a. I know that you were gonna make like a paladin wizard, and I was thinking of making a paladin sorcerer variation as well.
No,
Gadgets are fun. I love it.
they
Fun.
are, man.
They go
They're
good with
mad fun.
fighters. They go good with paladins. They go good with anything. Even the rogues. They even got prestige classes. I think you could be like a sorcerer, rogue,
Really?
spell.
Oh, I gotta find a good picture. Alright, anyway.
But I like martial characters. I like melee.
Alright.
Eldritch Knight. That's what made Johan too. Just like his ancestor Jake. Eldritch.
No.
No, there was no Eldritch Knight back then. There was just
Characters reach the final top of the tower.
Oh shit!
shit. Let's go back downstairs. We're not ready. No, just kidding.
He said, "Oh fuck, we're done." Go back downstairs.
Dude, see, man, I'm glad we were not wasting our time. I'm like, yo, 2 floors left. Something gotta happen. There's no. What floor is this? 8th or 9th?
Oh, there's still another. I'll add them.
What floor are we in, Lewis? 9th?
9th floor. You gotta. That's like 180 foot to 200
Oh, we
foot
in the
top
last
floor.
floor.
Yeah, you're on the last floor.
So there was nothing on the 8th floor?
So you get to the top. Staircases lead up into this 20-foot high chamber.
End game, guys.
The floor gives way to a 40-foot wide shaft in the middle of the room. A large iron cage is suspended over the shaft. It's base level with the floor of the room.
Should have casted haste.
The cage itself is shaped like a coffin made of metallic bones. The bars studded with spikes and cruel hooks. No door seems to be apparent on the cage, as if it were built to never be opened. Slumped on the floor of the cage is an angelic figure with purple skin, golden tattoo-like patterns crisscrossing its body, and wings of metallic gold feathers. It covers its face with its hands and appears to be sobbing.
You got an angel in there?
That's Adi Marcus, bro.
As it's sobbing, your characters can see
You pull an angel, right?
a couple of couple of more of those demon flesh golems. Strange. Oh no, your characters have fought these before. Although they seem to be better equipped than the ones you fought originally. Carnivorous demons. Demons that are capable of casting.
Yeah, I
They're
know those
capable
ones are
of. They actually have 2 mouths. Are capable of. They were capable of casting 2 spells if they wanted to, and they were pretty strong. They are basically like Gish type demons. They're able to.
Yes.
They're able to spell cast and fight melee. Both. Your characters had fought them when you were on a Sisyphus, which feels so long ago. I think you fought a small gang of them. Although you see 2 of them in here, and they appear to be rather better equipped looking than the others. In fact, oh, that's right, Claudius can't tell until he uses the standard action.
Or just gonna tell what? I don't know what you saying. Unless it's a standard action.
Yeah, I forgot he had to use a standard action for that.
He could tell all the buffs that they have. And
Oh
the name
yeah,
of every buff.
yeah, he could.
So that he could you might as well say it out loud because Claudia is gonna say that to the rest of the party.
He's
So.
the might as well say what buffs did good.
I'm not Matt Samuels. Send it to me in secret message. I'm transparent with my voice. Yo, I know Lewis and Matt were always back and forth secret messages there. No.
Well, he had a character that was kind of built for that.
Yeah, I know.
So their buffs are, and you get the new name. So you see displacement, greater mirror image, and wind wall on the Carnivorous demons.
Keep that in mind, melee.
You see a couple of scrolls on his belt. They're wearing cloaks with strong abjuration magic, and they're wearing headbands with strong transmutation magic.
I don't know what buff it is. It's only on the person, right?
No, I was talking about the magic items. I already did the spells buffs. I was talking about the magic items. Because your arcane psych, you can see the items in their auras. So the headband is strong transmutation, and the cloaks are strong abjuration.
Got
it. Yeah, it gives you a general idea. Don't know exactly what they do, but you got a general idea of what they probably do.
Right. Those are protected.
At a minimum, probably +5 to all resistance and other shit. At least the cloaks.
The demon flesh golems, your characters are fully aware of what they're capable of.
Yeah.
And then you see the stringy-looking Palashor Demodons. Your characters have battled them before, and so you're also capable of what they're. Yeah, you're aware of what they're capable of.
I know. Remember, you still have that main bullet with that guy's name on it. This guy.
Oh yeah.
You see Hexavog on the end, and you see him surrounded. You see with 3 of the winged Ferastu Demodons in front. To provide somewhat of a buffer for anybody that might want to engage Hexavog.
I'll leave that guy to side.
Now I don't have her. She's supposed to be in there too. I gotta get her. There is a hag. Yes, a hag. That's the one that had the chime.
The one that had the chime.
Yeah. The one that opened all the shit with the chime opening.
Now you were expecting a night hag, but apparently she doesn't seem to be anything like a night hag. Although hags are known to be able to at least the ones in the prime material plane are able to transform.
My witch can summon night hags.
Keep in mind that this guy has his thing on. What's his name? Menswar is true. 5 minutes. I don't think has passed yet. Sino has Menswar has the true scene. So if somebody here trying to be slick between Claudia's eyes and Menswar.
But you see her, and
I don't want nobody hiding with true.
You see her with her. You see her there, and she's crouched in a very feral position. She looks to be more of a. Judging from her stance, she looks to be more of the melee brutish kind of type.
The Wolverine, huh?
All right.
Hag, no man.
Where's she at? I don't see her in the map.
I gotta put her there. I didn't put her there. Her, because I gotta get a good image of her as well as
You see working on this
He's not
now?
a nameless
as
NPC. That's what he's saying. He's not
as
a
Man,
nameless.
Louis is
well
like, nah, it's gotta be special.
Yeah.
as well as
Let's go. We got 200 Marcus after all these years.
This dude got purple skin with gold
This
fucking
is
wings and
godlike.
gold tattoos.
Is that
This
guy
dude sound
awake?
like a fucking DBZ villain, son.
Is that dude
for
like
real.
awake? Is he like there like a G, like with his hands folded like he's icing from
Like he's like crying into his hands.
No, yeah, it's slumped on the floor of the cage, angelic figure with purple skin, golden tattoo-like patterns crisscrossing the body, wings of metallic gold feathers,
He
and
copied that off of my fucking paladin monk that I made Krovakra.
covering
Because
his
I had the golden fucking tattoo.
covering its face with
Yeah.
its hands and appears to be sobbing.
Biting is, yo.
Bobby, why are you crying? We're gonna take
It's not
it.
because he's fucking crazy. He's batshit nuts.
We're taking it to headquarters and prison him ourselves.
Okay, I was trying to look something up. There it is.
That is so godlike though. That this guy totally like a different plane of existence in prison, and yet he could still somehow influence his will through the planes into like City of Cauldron and the surrounding area.
Yo.
That's pretty godlike.
The city of Cauldron. Whole different
A whole
dimensions.
right dimension.
Different plane.
Just freaking dominating minds, turning them crazy.
Well, he also does have like agents that he's working through that's doing that type of shit.
Right.
Claudius, roll a caster level check. I believe you have plus 28.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. All right, so what appears to be the main warden and guardian of making sure Addie Marcus is well sealed and kept in
Who is
prison.
this fat guy over here?
No, I don't have a picture of him yet. I'm gonna get it.
Oh, come on, man.
I need to make sure I find the good one.
I mean, I
What a
understand.
placeholder for now.
It's just damn, man.
You see, medium size, standing about 7 feet tall. All right. They don't physically. It's not they look physically the form appears athletic, nothing majorly like doesn't look like a like a hulkish type, but they're wearing a they're wielding in their hands a scythe that appears to be very like the edges of the scythe. The whole scythe is like black in color, and the metal appears to be some sort of the metal appears it might be made of adamantine.
Okay.
But despite the coloring, like the edges of the blade just appear to be so sharp and keen that it seems to slightly glow with like an aura around its edges. Where they're wearing chainmail. So the features are somewhat very sunken, sallow, corpse-like skin. The skin is very dark black, almost reddish, depending on the lighting. They clearly look as if undead, but with very, very prominent fiendish, demonic features. You can make out the shape of the eyes, the bone structure, the horns around the head, as it appears to be about 3 horns. the coloring of the horns, they're obsidian, and the hands, as one hand's grasping the scythe, and the other, a scythe that also has like a wand chamber in it with a wand attached to it, and the other hand empty, with like remnants of magic, as if it had just recently casted a spell. There's also there's also an amulet that it's wearing, as well as some scrolls, or a scroll, I should say, a scroll on his person. In particular, the hands have 6 fingers as opposed to 5.
Isn't that a mark of Gratz?
And the regalia appears to be very priest-like, very, very, very clerical.
Oh,
in
shit.
the vestments,
I don't like
with well, since your character's knowledge religions, at least 2 of your knowledge religions are pretty high up there. The very symbol that one who was a worshiper of the demon prince of darkness, Gratz.
I knew it when you said 6 fingers.
Oh, okay.
Lord, yo.
It makes sense now because Grant imprisoned him, so obviously he has one of his agents to make sure this dude doesn't escape, and that would be.
And then the agent got corrupted. Clearly,
so this is the agent then working on behalf of Grant.
As for that caster level check, it was to beat the non-detection effect that it had on it. It had non-detection on. If you had failed this check, you would have not known what the fuck it had on.
So Claudius is so godlike. This guy has non-detection. Claudius still to see what the fuck he has.
Yeah, this dude Claudius got the Renegon, son.
So you see,
Claudius got non-detection on too, right?
I don't think he does.
Did I forget to cast that shit?
I didn't think you casted that. It's under. Yeah, it's not.
It's a beguiler spell. I forgot.
I think it is on. Yeah, it is on. It is on. The
Ah.
DC's 39. Okay, yeah, it is on.
Oh, so he has to roll also. He don't know what buff I got on. You know, like for most people, like Matt, Claudius look like he has no buffs on. Like he just look like a real old man.
Right.
Yeah, but this dude has like freaking like 30 plus buff. I learned, who we learned that from? The staff. It was the staff that told us, yo, because the staff, you can't see his buffs. He has non-detection on all day long. So that's a weekly thing. Never say that. Like, will always be a bunny around the corner. Freaking kill your ass with little tiny bunny sizes.
Yo, really?
How do you know that bunny's not a freaking polymorph bear?
Exactly.
Right?
Especially at this level. Or some sort of fucking familiar scrying on your ass. Like,
That was so hilarious. Back in the Final Fantasy 11 days, you're like level 40. You get into this zone.
Fighting bunnies.
Bunnies are like level 60s. They're like beating the shit out of you. I'm like, what the hell? I'm level 40 ninja, red wizard. What's going on here?
Oh, fighting bunnies. And they beating the shit out of fucking full contingent of 6
At least, if you're level 60, at least make them like huge, but like 60-foot,
The wording of the spell has to determine the school of magic. But then arcane, I'm trying to read automatically know which spells or magical effects are active upon any individual. Is that just the aura? Automatically know, as opposed to.
Are you talking about non-detection or something else?
I'm talking about arcane sight. Because I'm trying to. Greater arcane sight has a weird wording to it. I'm trying to like.
Oh, let me read it.
Okay, so with arcane sight, you have to make spellcraft checks to determine the school of magic involved in each. aura, whereas Arcane Greater Sight is basically saying you automatically know. I don't know why it says. See, that's what bothers me. It says it's like Arcane Sight, except you automatically know which spells or magical
Yeah,
effects
I don't know how to roll.
are.
He knows
You don't have to
everything.
roll the spellcraft, but it's not going to tell you the exact. It's not going to tell you the exact spell, although you can roll a spellcraft to know what a spell is if it's in effect and you can see it.
Mm.
If I look up spellcraft,
Well, Claudia's spellcraft is super high right now. I'll tell you.
right?
And
No,
with
I
magic,
mean, it's at the point where he doesn't. It's at that level where he doesn't have to roll for it, but
yeah, and on top of that, insult to injury, battle magic perception gives him another +5 to spellcraft.
because I see here, there it is. Identify a spell that's already in place and in effect. You must be able to see or detect the effects of the spell. Okay, that's 20 plus spell. Okay, so that is there. All right, so the spells that you can see on this.
His spellcraft is +46.
Yeah. All right. So Claudius sees every single aura, and he
Dang.
focuses. I mean, besides the magic eye. That's for the
Nakedness.
magic that's for the magic that
Intel is
you see any life show. Fallback
anti-life.
strategy. Fallback strategy. Freedom of freedom of movement. Greater magic weapon on the scythe. Yeah, Eagle's Splendor. Foresight, just like you. A greater spell immunity, although you don't know what spells in particular he's immune to. You just know he's got a greater spell immunity.
Greater than spell magic.
Got mirror image on, non-detection on, Owl's Wisdom, Sanctuary, True Seeing,
Mad buffs.
Weapon Wand, and Unholy Aura.
Right. Freedom of movement,
This nigga
foresight,
playing keeps.
mirror image, true seeing. What were the first couple that you mentioned?
Anti-life shell, fallback strategy.
What is fallback strategy?
It's he gets to make a
Just
reroll. I don't know, like I think an attack or a skill or something like that.
Isn't that the spell that Sim can be cast?
Yeah.
Stealing somebody's spells, I see.
You know.
So he's got greater magic weapon on his side.
Very familiar.
Eagle Splendor, obviously.
Lewis loved that anti-life.
Charisma boost. Charisma
Oh,
boost. Foresight.
Let's rename anti-life bubble to anti-messwar spell. Every high-level spellcaster has that shit, so mess can't get on their face.
Foresight, greater spell immunity. Greater spell immunity, mirror image, Owl's Wisdom, Sanctuary, which means until he attacks, anybody attacking him in any way, shape, or form will have to make a will save, or
even a spell.
Even a spell. Like if you aim a spell that targets, I mean, not like if you cast an area spell and he's caught in it, that's different.
That's the only exception then.
Yeah, if you target a spell, you got to roll a will save, and if you fail, you're prevented. Like some divine intervention, just completely halts your action, and as if the universe itself is like, nope, denied. Like that's so crazy. It's like Sanctuary is wild like that.
I guarantee you, it's a heightened level 9 Sanctuary.
Oh, heightened fucking Sanctuary is godlike.
Yeah.
Did you do that? Lewis? Did I guess right?
Oh, wait, actually, are you able to tell okay, yeah, you're able to read the aura. When you read the aura of the Sanctuary spell, it is a strong aura, so he did heighten it. Yeah.
Look at that, man. I know my shit. I got it. I'm like, there's no way it's
gonna be it is. No, he's not gonna base no level 1.
We got level 9 Sanctuary spell. That shit is godlike.
Spell is awesome. If you got a character that's just purely buffing, supporting, and healing, or even summoning, like anything indirect, as long as they're not like making any kind of attack. But if they're just buffing, healing, support, they got that shit on every enemy. And I think like if they fail, it lasts the entire time. I think. Let me check.
Yeah, it does. That's the entire time.
Any opponent, it's an abjuration. Even though it's a will save and there's no spell resistance, and even though it's a will save, it's not a compulsion, it's not a mind affecting effect, none of that. It's just like the ultimate fucking protection spell for a first level spell. Any opponent attempting to strike or otherwise directly attack the warded creature, even with a targeted spell, must make a will
Fall
save.
asleep on that low level spell. You put that shit in heighten, the highest level.
Heighten is where it's good, yo.
Yeah,
If the save succeeds, the opponent can attack normally. If the save fails, the opponent cannot follow through with the attack, and then that part of his action is lost. And it can't directly attack for the duration of the spell. So the minute you fail your save or throw, you can't do shit.
On the indirect shit.
At least I can't directly do shit.
That's a huge skip. That's a huge nerf that you can only attack someone indirectly. Might as well freaking retreat for 24
Right.
hours.
Obviously the drawback is they can't really attack you.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the minute they make an
They
attack.
can't attack you directly, but that means they can
No,
summon.
yeah, they can summon. Yeah.
They can summon, yep. They can summon, and they're allies too.
It does not prevent the warded creature from being attacked or affected by area or effect spells. Also, the subject can't attack without breaking the spell, but may use non-attack spells or otherwise.
Yeah.
Non-attack spells does not include fucking solid fog.
Yeah.
Yep, non-attack.
That's a problem, huh? They can fuck you up with that shit.
Telepathically, characters hear the voice of the one who appears to be the leader of this entire tower, this prison asylum. And all you're able to hear in your mind is a proclamation.
Right now, all I hear is someone popping popcorn.
He goes, by the Dark Prince, your lives are forfeit to the walls of this prison for eternity. Your transgressions will end here. And, which signals, his empty hand begins to maneuver into a spell, which begins combat.
Right.
Roll your buffed up initiatives.
Know it.
Okay, so 1d20.
Initiative.
Plus 14.
So she's got plus 10 now.
So that was Valaden in the first roll. And then Cynthia is the second roll.
Thing is to say, your characters saw this coming just a couple of seconds before you came up, but because you were combat ready, literally. 28 for Zyno. 28 for Zyno. He's got higher dex, so he can go before drama. Valenum's 22 plays. 26.
Probably got 29. Probably got 29. Oh, dang, you actually roll low this guy.
I mean 29. 29.
Probably 29. I'm gonna roll Messor now. That should be plus 11 on right?
Oh, the 28s. Okay. 3 28s. Cynthia will go after the extra dexterity is lower. Yeah, she's meant to. over. I believe it's plus. So you should have a plus 12.
You should realize and forfeit to the walls of this place.
They freeze.
Okay.
Do you romance for us?
I'm looking for his initiative.
It's plus 6, so he should have plus 12.
Okay, plus 12. All right. So, gotta put the name. Oh, that's messed up. 23. Everybody got 20 plus initiative this time.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that makes sense.
Alrighty. And so
It begins.
it begins.
Yeah, end game, guys. End game.
Characters have reached the end game, and this is where things
Sweet.
are about to get very interesting. And we will continue next week.
Mm.
All right.
Cliffhanger this.
I've got a hell of a setup coming.
That cage, Lewis. Does it look like like does it look like somebody tried to break through it or no?
Okay, so Claudius can see like overwhelming horror on this thing. Like obviously, like can't even gauge what the fuck is on it. It looks to be layered. It definitely looks like it was layered with like the most overpowering kinds of magic. He doesn't know the specifics other than he knows several wish spells were a part of it.
Wow.
Several.
And it was just a part of it. So of everything that was put into this cage and to seal Addy Marcus.
Man, Cynthia and Claudius don't have no ways to seal that shit.
And it's sealing like Addy Marcus like himself. Like isn't like it's not like Addy Marcus's aspects. Okay, and it's not like it's not like a because demon princes and devil and archdevils, they're not deities, so they don't have avatars, but they do have something similar to it called aspects, where they can just shed off like a piece of themselves, and sometimes those pieces of themselves, those aspects, are like a specific kind of aspect, Gratz could put off an aspect that of himself out there. Oh, and the thing about aspects is like they kind of have a mind of their own. It's almost like a clone. Like, yeah, they're beholden to the original, but at the same time, they kind of like they also are like they have a sense of autonomy. But like Gratz could put off like an aspect, but the aspect will have like abilities and like it'll be more into like the charming aspect of him, whereas he could also put a different aspect that's got abilities and it's more like uh more of his like combative side, more of like his physical, more of his battle side, I guess. So yeah, they can do that with their aspects. No, this is not Addy Marcus' aspects. This is not even his like. This is not like a weaker form of it. An aspect of any. This is like Addy Marcus himself.
So like if you were to die, like he died for real.
Pretty much. Yes. Yes. Your characters are fully well aware of that. Not all demon princes are of the same, power. But they're nothing to scoff at. Like even the weakest demon, like demon lord would be a hell of a challenge. If you were to fight them like in their true form, especially in their home, which is usually where you would typically, fight like the true form. They're not, these demon princes and archdevils are not stupid enough to like send their true forms anywhere else. They're gonna keep it. They're gonna keep it at home. So if say someone quote unquote summoned Gratz to like their world, and you kill it, that doesn't mean Gratz is dead. It means you killed a pretty big chunk of Gratz probably, but the true form, the true center form of Gratz is still going to be in his home, and it's still going to be
like Darkseid.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. It's like Darkseid. And even if for some reason they wanted to put a lot of, let's say, Demogorgon wanted to put out like a really strong version of himself to make sure he gets the job done, like, and he ends up getting actually destroyed by the heroes of that world. They're usually going to have some sort of contingency where they can come back. It might be something that they've prepared where they just immediately resurrect back home, or maybe their power is locked in an item and they're just going to wait for that item to be used, where they can slowly rebuild themselves from whoever was possessing the item. A prime example would be Orcus. Orcus was killed, but what survived after Orcus's death was Orcus's shadow. Tenebris. It was an aspect of himself called Tenebris, and Tenebris had basically wandered the multiverse for a while, doing whatever he can to acquire enough power to bring him to basically resurrect himself completely, which is why Orcus is back right now. Yeah, he was originally dead, but his aspect brought him back.
So his shadow resurrected him. That's crazy.
Yeah, for real. Like Orcus was dead.
Ultimate contingency plan.
Orcus was dead, and then Kyriansily came and took over his realm. On top of that, it was like, damn, he got this. He got disrespected. But he's like, but he, they based a whole Planescape adventure around his return, and he didn't even fucking know it was him until the end. You're like, who the fuck is this? You get to the end, you're like, it was Orcus. Just to get back to life, D.
The diligence.
I'm not gonna say which adventure, and I'm not gonna say because I plan on using it because it's like one. I plan on using it. It's a Planescape adventure, so I have to make sure it's like with a group that's going planar.
Is it like low level adventure or high level?
I think it's mid. I think it's mid level, and then it could carry you into high level. But it's one of the top, like, if a dungeon master really knows his shit, or if any D&D player knows their shit when it comes to like the top 10 adventures of D&D of all time, I would put this in the top 10. It's just so fun and creative of a fucking adventure. Like it's really hard. Honestly, a lot of the Planescape adventures are hard to fucking top. Planescape has the fucking best adventures.
Yeah.
Because their adventures are literally like out of this world kind of adventures, and they're but they also still feel D&D, and but it's also so very.
It's like fantasy Rick and Morty, if you think about it.
Yeah, it's like.
To me, that's how it always felt.
It's like that. It's like very.
Going to whole plains made out of nothing but just pure mineral.
That's cool.
Like it always pushed your imagination playing in Planescape. So how could you imagine an entire plane made out of pure ice, like with just pockets of other elements, but the entire realm is ice. The creatures there, like everything, like that's nuts.
Fucking, I mean, even the adventure. Infinite Staircase. Infinite Staircase is a series of adventures. You can interlock them if you want. You don't have to, but they are interlocked in a way where it's like it starts off where you go to the Infinite Staircase, which is located in Isgard on Selune's fucking like the goddess of the moon from the Forgotten Realms. It's her home. She has the stair. The staircase is known to go. The staircase is like it can go upside down, sideways, whatever. But and it stops at all these different landings with different doorways, and each doorway has to lead to a city. A city that has any form of creativity. If there's a city and there's creativity in it, there'll be a door into that city, and that city will always have a door that can magically take you to the Infinite Staircase. Fucking like just that concept alone, is just godlike. And then like you have situations where like I think you go to the Infinite Staircase and there's this huge landing where groups of people camp from all over the multiverse. They camp there because they're there, they're trading. It's like it's basically like a site for adventurers and then you can go and make your journey through the fucking staircase. But that
I remember Lockie and Romero went to the Infinite Staircase. I think I met a Lilland there or something.
Yeah,
like
they got the Lillands that guard it. I think there was like a Glabrezu demon that was resting on one of the platforms, and yeah, it was it's just wild like that. And then you find out that I think it was like you go the adventure starts where you go through a door to get to a city that used to be there. It's not there anymore, and you see the Romani, which are like the Romani are to the neutral alignment, like the devils are to lawful evil and the demons are the chaotic evil, like the true neutral, the Romani. They're there and they're like, we need you to investigate, and you find out like, the series involves you investigating, like it's this multiplanar disease or like a malady that's permeating and spreading itself through the multiverse, and it's going towards anything with a chaotic alignment, and especially the planes. And it's like they call it the Iron Shadow, and what it's doing is like it's draining the creativity and the emotions, and kind of like basically forcing people to like be more lawful. And the Romani obviously want. I think they request help because they're like, this is an imbalance.
Louis, that what you're talking about. If you read Relenum's history, he's based off of that.
The Iron Shadow.
Yeah. So the Iron Shadow is basically I had it where there's an artifact called the Primal Key. It's basically a key that's tied to Mechanus, and it was made from like dead primes. That kind of allowed you to. It was like a kind of a key that allowed you to go in and out of Mechanus at will and control like a piece of it. So there was a lich who knew about that, that particular item, found it, and Valadin's dad was a paladin who was trying to stop him. And they both originated from Forgotten Realms Toro, and they had ventured out into the plains. At the end of the day, they defeated the Lich, but his dad got corrupted by that artifact and used it to start that whole event that you're talking about. And he started it on that moon that's in realm space right now, and then uses it as like a kind of like a ship. But he turned the entire world that way using that same thing. And that's what makes Valadin part like
Mechatrix,
yeah.
Oh, that's freaking. I didn't even like. I read the
So
history.
that great thing
I
that
didn't know
turns you
that was
off
where
and
it
shit.
came from. Yeah.
Right, because I got the idea because the question you're talking about, Lockie and Romero were on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's where it's from. It started from now. I was like, I could tie that into making my character.
That's pretty dope. Fucking.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
fucking. That's Planescape had this adventure. This is a fucking adventure called Dead Gods, because gods that die, their corpses are floating through the fucking astral plane, and like their whole adventure is about. I think you have to stop like the resurrection of a fucking somebody trying to resurrect like one of the dead gods floating through the astral plane. I forgot which god it was, but like shit like that. Like
Bane.
no, it wasn't Bane. I think it might have been Eoscar. It might have been the god of portals, and he was killed by
Hey,
the.
Oscar, you're right.
Yeah, he got killed by the
Mhm.
Lady of Pain because he
I
tried to
want to do that fucking campaign.
Planescape.
Yes.
Planescape is fucking god.
It's
I
like,
want to do that campaign so badly.
Which
like
is
the
And the
why
art's dope too. Like the art that they had for like this
the art is
this
what
baby dead
yo
god that was abandoned in the astral plane.
the
They show like this
artwork.
weird fetus. It's like mad powerful. It's like a baby dead god. It's like it's nuts. They have some crazy fucking creatures too. Man.
Fucking yo, the artwork alone, like half of Planescape is a fucking artist, right? Dieter Lizzie, I think his name is.
Mm.
Like the way he did the art for the setting, it's like it felt fantasy, whimsical, but also dark, all at the same fucking time. And it still felt D&D. I'm like, this artist is fucking godlike. So anybody you bring up Planescape, everybody's like, yo, the artist, the artwork, and the cover arts, because I know he did a lot of like the artwork in the books, but like I don't think he didn't do a lot of the cover art, but even the cover arts, fucking was the guide to the elemental planes cover art was that was godlike. Fucking the Dead Gods adventure book, fucking the artwork to that is fucking awesome. Like that whole fucking campaign. That's right. We got sucked into it so quick.
That's
We
just the
were-
Planescape. We didn't even touch Sigil yet.
We didn't even
Rowan
touch
Darkwood and the faction wars gotta be one of the
Sigil. We
most
didn't even touch
intricate
Sigil.
quests I've ever seen, son. And the design
Oh,
for
the
it, the
Factal
all
War?
black cover, yeah, the all black cover with the embroidered Lady of Pain's face on the front cover,
Right.
and faction war and the word war is written in fucking red. I'm like, these motherfuckers, like, who got this idea? Where'd you get this marketing idea from? You guys work for Marvel? What the fuck is this? Yo, that shit
Yo,
was
man, that was the
bro.
golden age of D&D.
Yeah, and it came in the fucking plastic sleeve that you gotta pull out, bro.
Which is why I'm
Me and
like,
me was blushing over that fucking
yo,
first
there's just so much to it, and it pisses me off to know that Wizards of the Coast is gonna fucking water down the fuck out of this goddamn setting when they release it next year.
you know it. They might as well not even release it.
That fucking 5e book is gonna and because everybody is shitting on that spelljamming book, and I'm looking through it like this is garbage. I'm like, what? All they did was take the highlights from the original setting and then just threw it in the book. That was it. And I was just like, they didn't really offer much of anything else. A lot of people are like, you gave us a setting that involves other settings, but gave us no guidance on how to run a setting like this. Like it's crazy. I don't know. Wizards of the Coast is just it's all about
Run Planescape right now?
it's all about the technically I am slightly, because your characters did plane travel. You went to Corsair. You did meet the Revolutionary League, which is a faction. It's one of the main factions in Planescape. The Revolutionary League. They believe in anarchy. They believe that there was 16. I was 16. There was 16 factions in Sigil. There used to be more than that, but there was a war, I think 400 years ago, and the Lady of Pain came and said, "All right, you guys are fucking up my city. There's too many factions. You guys need to limit yourself to 16." And so a lot of factions either disbanded, went to other planes, or merged. The Revolutionary League, aka the Anarchists. So like each faction believes they're all looking for like the truth to the multiverse. What's the truth? What is the meaning of it all?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got which a lot of them some of them are based off of like real life concepts and philosophies. You got the Athar, pure atheists. They don't believe in anything divine. They don't believe in anything. And then they're like, well, what about the gods? The gods are just powerful mortals. That's it. That's all they are. They're just super powerful mortals. And they have evidence to back that up. So,
What about the Sentinels? They're all about orgies.
The
the Athar. The Sensates, yeah, they're all about
They're all about
They're all about the experience, like
and orgies too.
to find the truth to the multi. Well, yeah,
Fucking
that's
fucking
part of it.
everybody multiverse.
That's part of it. But like their philosophy is like to get to the truth.
To another level,
To get
multi-dimensional.
to get to the truth of the multiverse, you have to
What's an experience? The
experience, taste, touch, all of it with all of your senses, as many things as possible.
You know how they have these orbs? They have these orbs, like if you touch them, and they almost like mentally.
They store their sensations in the orbs. Yeah, like.
Oh, listen, you can feel what they felt whenever they did that in the past or whatever. You can feel it yourself in the present.
If it's stored in there, you can be like, all right, I want to know how it feels like to eat Velcro, okay? And like, and like you'll have the feeling in your mouth, like, oh, this is what it feels like to chew on Velcro, okay? But like, man,
how does it feel to get shot?
Right. How does it feel to get shot? How does it feel to get shot by ice? How does it feel to get shot by acid? Like, also, but yeah,
not really.
But yeah, the anarchists believe, which is the group that your characters saw. You didn't really interact with them much, but they were like the Bastion of Lost Hope? That was the name of the place. That was like their planar headquarters, because they have a headquarters. I think they have a headquarters in like Sigil, but then like each faction has a plane that they dedicate themselves to, because it matches their philosophy the most. The Revolutionary League believe in like total anarchy, total freedom from everything, freedom from every single, like pure chaos basically. But unlike, but they're different from the Chaosidics. The Chaosidics believe in like complete disorder. I think the anarchist is like freedom from control, basically, from any sort of control whatsoever. Whereas the Chaosidics philosophy was pure chaos everywhere, anywhere. I don't care. Like they even talked. Fuck it. I love the way they talked. And when you see when they write in the book the way they're talking, you're like, what the? It's like somebody mashed the keyboard together, and you're like, what was that? Remember that CD? And they had one of the Chaosidics talking, and like you get to actually hear how some of them speak. He's like, dude was like, go here, boink, and then you go zink over there, and then he's just, I'm like, what the fuck? How do you have a conversation with these motherfuckers? Yo, it's so godlike. Fucking love that stuff. But anyway.
The Doom Guard, they believe in entropy. So the whole point of reality is that eventually
everything's gonna end.
And that's an actual German philosophy that started with Schopenhauer and those guys, like nihilism.
Yeah, and they believe, and I think the Doom Guards, like, they want to like speed up the process. I think, well, some of them do. I think it was like this, because there's like different branches in each of the factions. And I think there's some Doom Guards that are like, well, we're going to speed it along, and others that are like, no, we're just going to make sure it stays on its natural course, but we're going to make sure nobody tries to slow it down.
Right.
The Dustman was like, oh, we're already Dustman. They have like the Dustmen have a super nihilistic view. Their shit is, oh, we're already in the afterlife. We need to acquire true death in this afterlife to get to the real afterlife. It's like we're already dead. We're already dead, and the undead are just closer to real death than the rest of us are. But we're trying to find out true death, like what it means to truly die and move beyond this multiverse, because this multiverse is already hell. It's already dead. It's already. I'm like those dudes were wild too.
Was there one called the Mercy Killers too?
Yeah, the Mercy Killers was they believe that I think it was it Justice?
I think there was they were like extreme
justice. Yeah,
they're like Dredd to the max. They're like Judge Dredd, pretty much.
It was a bunch of Punishers, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like
it's like a whole faction of fucking.
The multiverse is through everyone like basically following, doing like what they're supposed to be doing.
That sounds like a Kaido.
Even. It was more like a whole faction of Judge Dredds was what it was.
Yeah, like
yeah. Not Punisher.
The Harmonians believe that like everything was about law.
Law and Order, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently,
That's why they could be confused with the Mercy Killers.
there's this.
Also, this guy Akainu from One Piece, you know the magma guy,
Mm-hmm.
general, he believes in absolute justice, like absolute justice. All pirates are evil. There's no such thing as degrees
Oh,
of
he
evil.
would
No,
he would
you're
fit in
evil.
as a mercy killer. No, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely a mercy killer, man. The way that you guys describe it, because he believes in absolute justice. There's no
Well, no,
bit of
it was the Harmonians believed in like conformity, like pure conformity.
Yeah.
Because it was the
They
it
were
was the
like the
governors.
universal
It
police
was
officers.
yeah. That's basically what they were. They were cops. They were plain our cops. And the governors were the ones that believed everything had to be pure law, order. Everything needed a law. Every law needed to be followed. They were
Right.
they were like the bureaucrats. They were like we will find the truth to the multiverse once we bend everything to once we have a law codified into everything in this universe,
Right.
this multiverse, I should say. And then those three worked together. It basically was the fucking judge, jury, executioner, all three. Landscape's fucking gone. But anyway, which faction? Because when I made Razumeyer, because he's my plain
That's
walker,
my.
my plain walking.
That's my join a faction. I don't think he
I
did.
was looking because I knew I wanted him to join one. I was looking.
I think he was looking at the Sensates, maybe.
It was either the Sensates or there was another one. I can't. I gotta look through all the factions again because I can't recall all of them.
Yeah, we're missing quite a few.
Oh yeah, because shoot, the Takers. The Takers were the ones where might makes right.
Yeah, that's the one that Rowan Darker was a part of,
Yeah,
right?
Rowan Darker was in that one. It was you go. It was they were like the most ambitious. Like you want something, you go and you get it. You get it however you can, and you keep it. And somebody else takes it from you. Oh well, I guess they were better than you. You suck. But man, what were the other ones? Oh, the Indepts.
I forgot about
I think
that.
they're the independent. It was short for like the independent something. They were all about just. They were like true fucking neutral. They were just like be yourself. They were different from the anarchists, where like anarchists were ready to break everyone free from like law and order, from the chains of law and order. They were ruthless revolutionaries, whereas the Indepts were more like the chill version of them. They were like hippies pretty much. They were they were like, man, just everybody chill out and just be yourselves and be cool and just you don't want to tie anybody down, and nobody should be tied down. But we're not going to put up a big fight about it either. But they were like all about the individual. That's what it was. It was like I think they believe like everybody has to find the truth to the multiverse in their own way. Like there's no one set way to find it.
What was that one that basically they thought the truth of the multiverse is that you always have to act.
Oh, that was the
You always have to be doing something.
ciphers. It was the
Yeah,
ciphers.
the ciphers.
They believe
You always have to be doing something.
it was
You know what
thought.
I'm saying?
It was action before thought.
Right. You
That was
have to
their
be
whole.
in motion all the time.
You can't hesitate on anything.
Right.
You basically have to go with your gut feeling your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine
You
living
have to
like
always
that?
be
Could you
impulsive.
imagine living like that? That's
Like being impulsive. Yeah, they made a movie about that. Remember what you call it? Jim Carrey made that movie called Yes Man.
Oh yeah.
We just say yes
I
to
did see
everything.
I did yeah. Well, no, his was like saying yes to everything and never saying no. Whereas the ciphers are just like go with your gut. Like if you really don't want to do it, then don't do it. Like it was all about taking away any hesitancy in any decision that you made. Like they like it was the abolishment of hesitancy, pretty much. So it wasn't necessarily you had to say yes to everything. It was just like you had to be certain of everything, no matter what. It could be no, it could be yes. There were no maybes.
Okay.
And then to them, it was like once you've mastered that, then you're closer to the truth of the multiverse.
Yeah, I remember them because they were like always like reactionary to like everything.
And then,
Like,
okay, there was the opposite of Thor. There was the believers of the Source. Those are the ones that believed everybody had a spark of divinity. They were the ones that believed
divinity in
everybody had
them.
divinity in them.
I remember that one.
Which one is that one that everybody had like divinity in them?
The believers of the Source, and they were also known as the Godsmen. They believe that each life is a test, and that every person has the potential to become a god.
Wow, Lewis, without me even knowing about that group, who philosophy that sounds like? One of my characters that you DM with.
Fucking Valandros.
Close. Valdir.
Paladin.
Valdir. Oh, Valdir.
Valdir.
Yeah, Valdir would be.
Valdir. Lewis even said, "Yo, if Valdir dies, he's going to the wall because he don't, because he don't." Okay, how do I
Oh,
say this?
how do we forget about the Bleakers? The Bleaker Ball?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
It's not
Everything
like he
is
don't believe
fucked.
in God. Like,
That's what they believe.
you don't think that they're like God, just
The
no,
Bleak.
they're
Okay, all
evolutionary.
right. Here's where they are. They got the Aethar, also known as the Defiers of the Lost. They deny not only the gods' right to pass judgment over mortals, but their very divinity. They claim that the gods are powerful, but have limits and do not deserve worship. Instead, the Aethar priests actually channel divine power from what they call the Great Unknown, or what they
Love
believe to
them.
be the true divine force behind everything. Their headquarters is in Sigil, is the Shattered Temple. Um,
If we
the Aethar are broadly derived from
if
real
we play
world.
Planescape,
The Aethar are broadly derived from real world atheists, agnostics, and deists.
if we play Planescape, I'll probably use Valdir, man. He'll be perfect in the
The
planes.
believers of the Source they share many parallels with Hindu, Buddhism, and the ultimate goal is not nirvana, but apotheosis. The Bleak Cabal deny that any belief system has any merit. As they see it, the universe has physical rules, but no metaphysical or philosophical ones. Therefore, any meaning in life must come from within. So they're basically derived from real-life existentialists and the philosophies of Friedrich Nietzsche. Doomguard, the Sinkers, believe in the sanctity and inevitability of entropy, particularly the inevitability of destruction of all things. The core of their belief is that everything ends. Dustmen, also known as the dead, they believe that both life and death are false states of existence, that there is a true state of death that can only be accomplished by denying one's emotions and physical wants and needs. A concept similar to eternal oblivion, but also conceivably to nirvana. The philosophy is closely related to that of Arthur. There you go, man. Arthur Schopenhauer. Is that who you said?
Mm-hmm.
Along with some shared similarities with Buddhism, Stoicism, and Cosmism.
Well, so I was on the nose.
The fated, the takers, or the heartless, believe that those with the power and ability have the right to own what they control and to take what they can from those who are unable to keep it. And it's their right to exploit any situation to their advantage, regardless of how it affects anyone else. The might makes right, pretty much. They are derived from real-life social Darwinists and the philosophies of Max Stirner and Ayn Rand. Yeah, I was gonna say that's very close to fucking what objectivism.
Mm-hmm.
Fraternity of Order, the governors. They believe that knowledge is power. They learn and exploit both the natural laws of the universe and the laws of society. They recall the sophists of classical Athens. The Free League, that's what they were. It was the Free League. As index, they reject the other factions and their bureaucratic hierarchical dogmatism and do not consider themselves a faction at all. For this reason, they don't have a facto or an official headquarters. They believe in individual freedom as the highest good and are analogous. They are analogous to libertarians. Harmoniums, the Hardheads, that was their nickname. Believe that peace and stability can only be established under one rule, theirs. The planar faction known as the Harmoniums is actually just a small part of a much larger political entity which rules over the entirety of the prime material. Yeah, they have a whole prime material world that they control. I think that was where they started. They are related to present-day authoritarianism, particularly religious evangelicalism, and fundamentalism. The Mercy Killers, the Red Death, believe in justice and retribution at the expense of all else. Their name does not come from killing out of mercy, but rather killing mercy. Their credo that mercy is for the weak and the merciful should be punished. And we got the Revolutionary League, which your characters have met. The Anarchists, they believe that social order and man-made laws are inherently corrupt and must be destroyed. Though none of their members can agree on what, if anything, should replace them. The Sign of One. I forgot about them. The Signers believe that everyone is the sign. They believe everyone is the center of their own reality, and that reality can be reshaped by the power of imagination. Some of them are solipsists, though most are not so extreme. Society of Sensations. The Sensates believe that accumulating experiential knowledge through the senses is the only way to achieve enlightenment. They are reminiscent of ancient Epicureanism, if not hedonism more generally, as well as the more modern empiricism. And the Transcendent Order, the Cipher, believe that by tapping into the cadence of the planes and acting through pure instinct, they can achieve a higher state of being. Their philosophy could be considered similar to Taoism and Zen Buddhism. There's probably a lot of monks in this order, obviously.
Fuck yeah.
The Chaosidics, the Chaos Men, believe that the only truth is revealed in chaos. They have been quite accurately described as being totally off their rockers. Compare with real-life Discordianism. And that's all factions.
Well,
I want to find a means to use the prestige class Defiant. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, because there was a Dragon magazine. They had some of the factions as prestige classes.
Defiant is an amazing class that I wanted to use.
Defiant?
Defiant. Yeah, I think they have like abilities that shut down divine. They have some pretty interesting. I think they have like bonus. They get like bonuses, saves against divine abilities. They get shut down.
I think. Let me see. They're immune to divine damage and a higher resistance. At third level, Defiant gains immunity to damage from divine powers, such as that dealt by the Flame Strike spell.
Okay, so yeah, because there are some
Anti-divine character?
there are some spells where it's like this is half divine damage and half fire damage.
Like a few of them.
They
can counterspell divine spells
I just realized something.
Without needing to identify the spell.
I just realized something. Deities and demigods have an ability that some of these gods have called it's called Divine Blast. It's literally like a fucking. It's literally basically a Kamehameha of a fucking god.
Yeah.
Can you imagine fucking one of these motherfuckers hitting the Defiant with that shit? Like, wow, you're about to take fucking 50 d6. I forgot. It does. I think it was like d12 damage. It would take like fucking 30 d12 damage, and they're just sitting there like, I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat all of it because I don't believe in your ass anyway. You know what we never got to play with? There was a book we had, and it was it had a system. It had a subsystem in it called the belief points.
Really?
Remember that with the belief points? I think I tried to use it for a little while, but we never fully like got into it. And I think we ended up forgetting about it. But there was a book where it was like, because the planes are based on belief, that like you can have characters that could believe in something strong enough that it actually becomes reality in the plane. You know, not like in a prime material world, that's not going to work. But like if you go to the outer planes, it'll do that. And it was like you can represent this by using the belief point system. And I think it was like, I forgot how you got the points, but like I think like once you get the points, you can use the points to like I think you can use them for like a reroll. Or like you can use them to, and you can use them for like other things too. I gotta find it, but I remember reading through that. I'm like, oh, this is a very cool, interesting concept that you can only get from something like second edition because 5th edition's ass. They don't do cool stuff like that anymore because it's too complicated for the masses. That's why they never made a psionic class. They had 3 playtests. 3 playtests of trying to get a psionic class into 5th edition, and after the 3rd playtest, they fucking gave up and never went back. Never went back to it. Never. They said, "Oh well, we can't do it." Motherfuckers got all this fucking money, and they can't hire developers that are good enough to like introduce a psionic system in 5e. I think what it came down to was
The lowest bidder.
Well, I think what it came down to was like, do we really want to have this in here? Because now we're going to have to introduce a subsystem in the game, and now we're making the game too complicated, and we don't want our new players to like feel, and our new DMs especially to feel like they have to learn this. Which is why the only class that they've ever the games, I think the fucking edition's been out for like what 7 years already. They've only added 1 new fucking class the entire time, 1, and it was the Artificer. And the only reason they added the Artificer in there was because it was a magic class, and they were able to toy with it in the way where it could still use, the arcane. It could still use like spells. It could still use the current system, which is wizard spells and fucking cleric spells. And the rest was just like its class features. That was the only reason they brought it in, because if they tried to bring in any other class that involved something supernatural, they didn't want to have to make a whole new fucking system for it. That's why a lot of people are like, well, if they ever choose to bring back Dark Sun, they have no choice but to do Psionics. And I'm like, that's why they're not going to bring back Dark Sun. I bet all these people, I want to bring back Dark Sun, I'm like, they are not bringing back Dark Sun for 2 reasons. One, they don't want to have to do any, as unique of a campaign setting it is, they don't sound like they want to do anything with psionics other than the only psionic stuff that you see in 5e is like wild talents. Like you could take a feat called telekinetic, where you have a few little telekinetic abilities. Telepathic, where you have a few little telepathic abilities. And certain monsters will be designated as psionic. Like, oh, the Aboleth and the Mind Flayer can do this, and we're just gonna, they can do these abilities, and it's because it's psionic. That's it.
That's it. You ain't getting no goddamn mechanic.
You don't get any mechanics for it other than, well, they're able to do this because they have psionics, and that's how they're able to do this.
You get an honorable mention.
Pretty much. Okay, now, which is why I was surprised when they came out with their dragon book, Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, which is their dragon book, right? I'm surprised they brought back gem dragons, because they're like, we're going to bring back gem dragons. I'm like, finally, like, you motherfuckers always ignore them every fucking edition, and then you finally bring them, and then you ignore them again. And it's like, okay, cool. After like 6 years, you bring gem dragons. I'm like, I'm curious how y'all gonna handle the psionic thing, because they are psionic dragons, or you just gonna retcon that like you did everything else.
Oh yeah.
So they kept the psionic part about them, but that was it. Again, it's just a name only. Oh, the Amethyst dragon's able to telekinetically move stuff around, but not because it's magical, but they're using psionics. It's oh my god, it's like, okay. You're just swapping terms is all you're fucking doing. You're just reskinning. That's all you did was reskin magic. Like, you took out any flavor. You took out all the flavor and uniqueness of psionics. You're assholes. That's what you are. But so I'm like, they're not bringing back no fucking Dark. Not only would they have to, but the other thing they would have to deal with Dark Sun is they would have to retcon some of its lore if they want to avoid offending people when it comes to slavery. Because Dark Sun has a lot of like slavery involved. They have they even have they have they have the equivalent of Roman Colosseums in there too for the fighting pits.
Very limited resources. Not that much water. It's a desert world.
It's a desert wizard. Yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic desert world. It's like it's like fantasy version of fucking. It's like D&D Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max. Yep.
That's a good analogy.
Yep.
But and of course things are going to get pretty dark and bleak, and one of them is slavery. But because there's this huge, uproar with like, oh, we don't want new players to feel offended by slavery. I'm like, who are these people that are crying on fucking Twitter about, oh, don't do that? Now, there are some legitimate things.
I'm glad. At least when it comes to D&D, Lewis is a conservative. I'm glad about that. Lewis is woke in real life, but at least in D&D, he's not woke.
No, seriously though.
I'm glad about that.
Okay, so like seriously, there were definitely some things in D&D that they needed to progress on, like the artwork. The artwork definitely needed progressiveness because it was literally always fucking white people all the goddamn time. I remember. What sucks was like, wearing, it was like 10th, 11th grade, right? We're chilling in your basement. I didn't even realize it because they made it so normative, right? You don't even think about it if you're not in that demographic, which I wasn't. And Matt, I think you were looking through the Planescape history. Planescape. So you were looking through the Planescape monster book. It was number 2, and you were reading about the divas, and you were reading the Astro Diva. And you were like, oh, the Astro Diva's black. And I was like, huh? And you were like, look, read the description. And read the description. It was like, I think it said like dark brown skin, or it said mahogany skin or something like that, right? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then that's when you were like, you don't see anybody of color in any of the artwork in all the books that we have. And I'm like, holy shit. You're right. I was like, what? And then when there was, it was always something tropish, and it was
to be fair, playing devil's advocate a little bit here. D&D started in the 70s. It was primarily like a white.
Well, yeah.
White nerdy dorky stuff. So, when you're making creative stuff, you usually project yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's like the original comics and like Marvels. I mean, it goes as far as back. Well, Matt is the comic expert. What, the 30s, the 40s? I know Superman comics in like the 40s.
Oh well, yeah. They just started introducing comic characters of color until the 60s. Yeah.
Right. So it wasn't like, how do I say this? Anything that happened before, like let's say like the 1990s, I don't really judge it. It's like that's how it was. Different world. Now though it's different.
I think what it was that
new content now and you're excluding certain demographic. I'll be
Well, I think what it was like in the 70s and even the 80s. Okay, I could see that argument. But we were playing in the late 90s, and we're like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Damn well in the 70s and the 80s, Latinos and blacks, we would have been like, yo, that's freaking dorky, nerdy shit. Get the hell out of that crap. Right? It wouldn't, it was like in the 90s, we were like, oh shit, we like this subculture and so forth. And now, we were like the outcasts, and now it's like
now it's everywhere. Now it's fucking everywhere.
I be telling that to my son, yeah, you see all this shit, anime, whatever, it's like cool, you should freaking thank us. We were
that was like
proud. Shoot.
That was like the only, and then the only other black character I could think of in D&D was in Ravenloft. It was one of the Dark Lords. And I'm like, God, this is so sadly tropish and on the fucking nose. So so the Dark Lord's a vampire. Okay, cool. All right, we got a black vampire. But I wonder where they got that idea from, right? I'm like, these motherfuckers must have been thinking of Blade. Next part. For some reason, right, of all the kinds of geographical domains this Dark Lord could have had, some reason I think, for some reason, about half of his fucking domain happens to be jungle, right? And I'm like, oh god. And then then it gets even crazier because it's like not only did they probably get some of this inspiration or whatever, or laziness, I should say, from fucking Blade, they stole from fucking the only other thing they could think of, Black Panther. He doesn't transform into a wolf like most vampires do. He transforms into a Black Panther. And I'm like, oh my god,
Look how far along we got. On October 8th, Times Square, New York, they're planning on, you see that they're planning on putting like, the promotion of One Piece Red all over Times Square. The big freaking screens. Oh, it went
That's
Oh
fucking dope.
yeah, I heard
They got shit. In Times Square, they're gonna put
Times Square
everything like
stuff.
freaking One Piece.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be godlike.
soon,
That's Times Square,
soon,
New York City, October 8th.
yeah, soon. I mean, we were
October 8th. Who would've thought that?
we were excited when Goku got his balloon in the Thanksgiving Day parade. We're about to see Luffy next.
Luffy
For
was all over
real.
Times Square in the big screen. I'm like, what the?
And you know what?
Luffy's on that line. And it's funny.
Ironically, it would fit because he could blow himself to that.
Right.
Yeah,
He could be a balloon.
he could be a skyscraper. Like,
He
I
could
just
be his
think
own
it's
balloon.
funny because One Piece is gonna get this huge push, and so many people,
I'm gonna support it. I'm
like,
gonna go to the theater and see it, man. I'm gonna get my money. I gotta support
for real.
because
So many people sleep on One Piece to this day because there's a lot of episodes. It's
it
like, dude,
releases November 4th.
Meanwhile, these motherfuckers went through Naruto like fucking 3 times already, right?
right.
We should all go to the theater and support it.
These
So
same
far, I have made a lot of
motherfuckers are
money.
like, I'm gonna go through all the
Absolutely.
Bleach.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go through all the Naruto. It's like, you
We
just
gotta make-
watched
we
all
gotta
the
do
Bleach and
the
Naruto,
animation.
and you gonna tell me you can't handle One Piece. Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
that's true. Naruto.
And you got some of these motherfuckers that watch Naruto and they watch the fillers. It's like, seriously?
Right.
Because it ain't really that. You skip the filler, it ain't really that long. But you add the fillers in there? Okay. Okay. That and Bleach? I don't want to watch One Piece. Stop.
Motherfuckers be sitting there looking at Boruto like this shit's lit, bro. 84% of it is fucking filler. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah.
That
It's
shit
not,
is
they're not
trash.
following the manga at all.
No. No. And then here, it's either the episode length, but the other half of the time, people are like, the animation. But I don't know the artwork. It's like, please don't act like Dragon Ball had the best artwork in the '80s. Stop. When you guys was watching fucking 10-year-old Goku running around, stop. But you'll eat that Dragon Ball up though.
Nah, but the thing about it is, a lot of fans these days, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people actually they won't be able to relate to that. They have not actually seen those Dragon Balls. They literally they've seen some shit on a fucking reel, and after seeing it on the reel, they're like, okay, well,
He said a real.
I like anime now. So they started like maybe like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So for them, the animation quality, like, to sit there and say that, like, oh, well, you should be used to older quality. No, these motherfuckers got it spoon fed. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't come out watching any Go 13.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
that's one of my top.
Oh, it's
5.
funny. It's like when you and me went to the mall and we saw some 12-year-old boy wearing a Doug t-shirt. We're like, motherfucker.
Yo, man.
What do you know about Quail Man? Get out of here. I know they ain't running reruns right now. Stop.
Yo, man, now that you mentioned,
Why are you wearing that shirt?
I think it must have been Prime. Was it in Prime? Amazon Prime? They actually have like the Gogo 13 movie. I think it was Prime. I forgot which TV it is. I saw like this. It came out in 1983. Like the actual, not the series, like the movie.
Right.
And I'm like, holy shit! They're showing like girls, like tits, everything. Like this guy's. And I'm like,
shit came out a year after I was born.
And they be like doing like sexual intercourse. I'm like, that because this guy, Gogo 13, he's like the Japanese version of like James Bond, but he's actually a hired assassin. I think you would like that.
Oh no, you told us about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw like the first like 10 episodes.
I think it's called like the Golden Gun or whatever. Yeah, you saw this. The series is pretty good. Look at the movie. That's a movie that I think is like an hour and a half long. It's that animation style that I know you guys will enjoy. That 80s animation.
That classic 80s. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, that classic 80s, man. It's like so. When I find out where I saw it from, I think it was Amazon Prime. I want to say, I'll let you guys know on what's up. Yeah. It was worth watching.
You'd be surprised how many new people who swear they're diehard anime fans have never seen Ninja Scroll.
I know that's I saw it because
never seen Akira.
You have the cassette.
Oh my god.
I borrowed from you. I think
Akira is gateway fucking man. Like you haven't seen that, like.
Right. Akira.
Cowboy Bebop.
I think that's like the first time I've ever seen like a rape scene through anime when you had like Ninja Scroll. I'm like, what?
Yup.
All these motherfuckers watching fantasy anime. It's like, but did you see Record of Lotus?
Right, like they don't know anything about that, bro. So
Yo,
like,
what's it? You had hentai too. You had that like blue girl stuff. I remember.
yeah, I had that Orotukijo, that
Yeah,
demon fucking.
yeah. You had all these obscure like VCR
Oh,
tapes.
Rotsuki Dojin.
Mhm.
So I knew the fucking Japanese name of that shit.
Yeah,
The Legend of the Overfiend.
yeah.
Yeah.
This guy remembers the name.
I'm sorry, the fourth one traumatized me. I couldn't watch anymore. That shit traumatized. I still get fucking triggered at that. I'm like, what the, like, no, stop. Y'all just raped a fucking 15-year-old. I'm done. I'm done.
It was
I
wild.
can't see
Oh,
this shit
wow,
anymore.
they be coming out with something crazy.
Oh my god, I'm like, nope.
Like an old man with like 7 penises, and he
Yeah.
somehow magically makes them fit all into one chick and shit. Like it was wild and something.
I could watch the humorous hentai, like fucking 'cause some of that shit is dark. Bible Black,
Bible Black is just fucked up.
oh yo, that is but I could watch the funny shit like Laboo,
That's like hard black smut.
like
It's like
Laboo Girl. Remember that? Yo, Laboo Girl had me cracking up, son. Cracking up. I was like, where do they come up with this shit? Oh man, like I could, yeah, that I could watch the humorous hentai, but not the not the dark shit. I'm still like, y'all are too much. Please keep that in fucking in ink. I hope. I hope you don't carry that shit into fucking reality. But fucking what was I gonna say? Damn. Oh man, I just lost my train of thought.
Well, guys, I'm about to head in, man.
All right.
All right,
It was
homies.
a good session.
Until next time, next Thursday.
Yeah, like we're at the top, guys. Yo, what's gonna happen?
Better get that avatars, Lewis, and post it on the what's up. We want to see our adversaries. Little bio.
Oh, I know. Right. Yeah, I gotta get those up there.
Yeah,
A little
guys.
bio of the what's up group. I
Happening,
mean, this bitters. We almost at the end, man. It feels like
we've been doing this shit for years. It's gonna be mad.
years. Bittersweet. How long has it been? 7 years? 5 years? No, 7 years.
7 years.
7 years, man.
That's wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm ready
That's
to retire.
That's older than your children, man. Do you guys realize that? Like,
Yes, Rose wasn't even thought of yet.
True, man. My twins were like, my twins are. They turned
the twins were not born yet.
The twins were not even born yet. That's true.
Yeah.
I think Leon was like 3.
Yeah, Leon was the only one you had back then. He was the first one out the gun.
Wild.
He was the first bullet. That was the only one you had. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now you got 5 of them shits.
It was funny.
Right.
I remember Lewis a couple of years ago when we were like in year 2 or year 3. Oh, I don't want to be like Matt Gill. I know who Matt Gill is, but I don't want to be like Matt Gill. They took like 7 years. Man.
I think he took 9. He took 9.
9 years?
He took 9 years. I was like, come on, we could beat that record.
Like in 3-4 years tops. Here we are.
Honestly,
we could have though, but
we could have. A lot of crazy shit happened, and a lot of crazy shit happened, and so a lot of things with some of us weren't like completely stable, but like now I am. Pachado is, and like Matt's got a laptop finally, and he can, he could bring his laptop wherever he could bring D&D wherever he goes now.
Somehow Watson got through his entire 20s without a laptop.
Tony's married and got a family.
I graduated college and shit.
So plus I learned a lot from this adventure path on like how I can run my next one more fluidly, more.
I was in law school when we started playing this campaign. I remember.
Yeah.
For like the bar exam.
There was a time we took a hiatus.
I graduated law school 7 years ago already. It's like holy shit. It's almost like a decade.
Yep.
Holy crap!
Shoot, I remember being on hiatus for this group and running other D&D sessions because you started doing the crunching. The study
Yeah,
crunch.
no.
The study
But
crunching.
no, Matt was playing Claudius that whole summer.
He was?
No, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did it.
I made a
Because they got the
Oh,
character sheet from during that
damn,
time.
Yeah,
we
I
were
made a
NPCing you that much. I think we just kept giving you updates, didn't we? Yeah, we just
You
kept
guys
sending
kept coming up.
updates.
Yeah, man. Because I was the one using Claudius that took down Gal first.
Man, I was a wizard in real life, bro.
Yeah, I remember that.
3 months.
I'm the one that gave Gal her first L with Claudius.
Yeah. There you go.
And then he came back, played, and then did it.
Yo, he's a running gag, man. Gail. We never got to see her. She
He
always,
always gets bodied by Claudius.
she got
in one
turned into
spell.
ice, encased in a freaking.
Yo, I'm so tired because she never, like, other than, like, breaking out of magic, like, she never got to, like, lay into anybody. I wanted her to lay into one of the characters so, like, Valena prides himself on being the tank. Like, she was supposed to be a tank shredder. And I never got I never got a chance to use that part. I never got to use that aspect of her yet. But anyway.
He's doing Sorry, yo. Maybe we should have brought her up. Watch that bitch like She got me like Mad Max. She got like skulls, a chain of skulls. I'm like, where the heck did all this
This is gonna be her version of Planet Hulk.
Yeah, this is
shit.
No, for real, Luke. You gotta gain like 4 more levels. You gotta be epic level.
She's gonna come back to fucking Cauldron more pissed than ever, trying to take down the Illuminati.
When she comes back to hunt us, I'm like, oh, perfect timing.
She comes back, she grabs Mitsuha. She's like, I don't want to hear you whisper. I want to hear you scream.
Oh shit!
Yo, that's fucked up. We brought her with us here and took out just like go.
Bro, here you left it. You literally. You used the plane as intended. You're like, you know what? Let's banish her. Let's banish her to Carcer.
Yeah, we'll even walk you to the fucking cage yourself, like.
And not only that, we brought her because Carceri has like different rings, right? So we left her in one of the layers, and then we teleported to the correct layer. So she's not even in the same layer that we're at. It will take her hundreds of years to beat the shit out of us.
Wait, you send her to the you sent her to a different layer or a different it's the same layer but a different orb. Was it not a different? It was a different orb. Okay.
Because remember, plane shift is random.
It was random, yeah. So I remember. You plane shifted. You were like, fuck it.
We weren't having the correct ring, so we're like, okay, we'll leave this bitch over here and let's teleport to the correct ring.
That's right. You were like,
it'll take hundreds of years to get to where we're at. By then, we'll be expired by old age by then. So,
right, she's gotta survive on whatever orb she's on, whatever's on there.
Yeah, man. Planet Hulk, Planet Gale.
Chances are, chances are there's no portal. Chances are there's nobody there that can get her to go to another orb. Like
she get captured. They're gonna force her into a gladiatorial.
Yeah.
She's gonna come out on top.
Actually, y'all giving me some ideas. There are some titans that are banished here.
I'm saying she'll come out on top.
She'll be one of these titans champions.
And then what's gonna happen is, by accident, some magical item that was left behind and during this fight that Claudius fucking had explodes and blows up and kills her lover, and then she gets mad and comes back to fucking Cauldron trying to attack us and shit.
And by the time she gets back to Cauldron, like let's say like 10 years from now, at the perfect time when Claudius is finishing like his masterpiece epic level spell called Epic Level Amber Shell. That's a design for epic level characters.
Sarcophagus epic level.
Yeah,
gets all the way there. Gets
epic level imprisonment, like whoop.
That should be the perfect if it was like ending credits. That'd be a good little cartoon sequence. So show her do all this shit to get mad fucking nice, and then come all the way back. Just to get hit with an epic version of fucking Amber Sarcophagus all over.
Shit.
We'll be like, all right, Gail, see you 20 years from now. We'll send her back to her Sherry, and then she'll find her way back 20 years later. She's like, I'm not an epic level character no more. I'm a demigod now.
Running gag. Like, put the sarcophagus, then open up a portal through time.
Yo,
and put
that's
that
she'll
shit like
take
Stone Age.
she'll take levels in Avengers. You know, she'll become like an Avenger.
Oh,
For
shit.
real.
All right. Yo, have a good night.
Good night, guys. Yeah, you.